Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late. I don't even know. I didn't even know if I was actually going to come on or not. This is kind of a last moment ditch effort at this point, but here I am. Hopefully we can get a show going on tonight and have fun or whatever. I do have a couple of things to talk about. Hold on one second. Yeah, turn the volume off on my shit. So I do have the link pinned in the chat for anybody that wants to come up. It should work this time without any problems. I do have some stuff to talk about. I was hoping that some people were going to pop up to actually chop it up a little about. And we'll see how that goes here in a minute. So I'm just going to sit back and wait to see if anybody even pops in before I move forward with this. But I can say that there's a lot going on. That's for sure. And I just found it really, dude, the Kanye story I have is unreal. Like, I don't know how many people have heard about it, but I don't know what he's talking about. I heard about it. I Googled it. I looked it up. And I'm going to read it and see what exactly he's saying. But it sounds absolutely ridiculous and crazy. So, again, I'm just going to sit here. Oh, yeah. I got to set this up. I'll see if anybody even pops in. If not, I'm going to get off because I'm really not trying to do this. It seems this is such a last second thing that I'm not really prepared for what I want to do, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. I do want to start just doing this at like 11, 10 o'clock at night. It's a lot easier that way. So that being said, I don't know if you guys can even hear me. I haven't seen anybody in the chat nor heard anything. So I probably not gonna lie. I don't think I'm gonna go that long, guys. Nobody's in here. And this is kind of not how I like to do things. I'd rather play poker. Who's watching? Hit one if you're watching. It says there's 2 people watching. I don't know who the 2 people would be, but that's cool. Walking. Where the heck are you at, bro? Get up here. I'm about to end this stream in a hot second, dude. I'm telling you. Hey, Serenity, where the hell is walking anybody? I'm about to end this stream. Like, I don't even know. I don't know where to. I don't feel like doing it. Let me see what's going on in the AP. I do have a thing about who will be the next pope. Let's see. Check this out. See if anybody pops in. If they don't, then I will move forward. Hi, Serenity, though. How you doing? Welcome. Alex, what's up, buddy? One of these cardinals should become the new pope. So wanted, a holy man, job description, leading 1.2 billion strong Catholic Church. Where is that located? In the Vatican City. There are no official candidates for the papacy, but some cardinals are considered papable or possessing the characteristics necessary to become pope. After St. John Paul II broke the century-long Italian hold of the papacy in 1978, the field of contenders has broadened considerably. When the Cardinals enter the Sistine Chapel on May 7th to choose a successor to Pope Francis, the first point from Latin America, they will be looking above all the holy man who can guide the Catholic Church. Beyond that, they will weigh an administrative. So here's some of the guys. Cardinal Pietro Peron, and he's Italian. His position was Vatican Secretary of State under Francis. This guy is, if I'm not mistaken, a creep, dude. Look at him. I mean, he just looks kind of creepy. This isn't to bash on popes or Catholics or anything like that. That's not what the goal is. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. Yeah, tell him to hop on, dude. Definitely 420 Nitro. If we can get shit popping. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, they're saying this guy, he's 70 years old, veteran diplomat, was Secretary of State, essentially Holy Prime Minister. We've got, I don't care that much. We've got an Asian guy. His name is Cardinal Luis. Is he Asian or Mexican? I don't know. I can't tell. Luis Antonio Tagli, Filipino. His position is pro prefect. I don't know what that means. Dick Castry for evangelization under Francis. Huh. He's from the Philippines, though. That would be crazy to have a Filipino pope. Well, that would be kind of crazy. Now, this would be really crazy. When I heard about this guy from the Congo, I was like, I don't know if the world's ready for this yet. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the world's ready for a pope from the Congo? What's up, Sean? Did you get that link at the beginning? Hop in, brother, if you want. There should be a link in there. I posted it. Look at the very beginning of the chat. There should be a link pinned. Let me try something. Yeah, it's pinned at the top, dude. Everybody smash the like if you're in here too, by the way. Anyways, it's at the top, dude. Yeah, Filipino Pope, right? That would be crazy. But this guy, man, from the Congo, he's Congolese. He's the Archbishop of Kinshasa, Congo, president of the Archbishops Conferences of Africa of Madagascar, made a cardinal by Francis. Dude, every time I see these guys, I just think like they're all just like fucking not good people for some reason. That's so bad. The 65-year-old is one of Africa's most outspoken Catholic leaders, heading the archdiocese that has the largest number of Catholics on the continent. Huh. I didn't know that. I did not know that the largest number of Catholics on the continent was in Africa, bro. That's crazy. Look at this guy, dude. What the fuck? Dude, he's definitely Italian, but look at him. Hold on, dude. Look at this fucking guy for a minute. Hold on. I could do it. Hey, little boy, can you want to sit on my lap? That's all I see there is like the goofiest shit in the world. Swizzy, what up, dog? Hold on. Welcome, bro. How you doing? Are you there? You gotta turn off your camera or your mic on the other on Discord.
Oh shit.
Oh no, I can hear you. I can hear you. Never mind. You're good. You're good.
Bam.
All right. You should be up there. All right. Now I need to figure out how to like make us bigger. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like I'm real small.
Yeah, let me see how we can do this. No. 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 So we can do it for now, man. We're like in the corner looking like little cucks. We're just cucking out in the corner, buddy. I don't know what to say. So, anyways, dude, here's another guy. What do you think? What do you think about what do you think? A Filipino one, a black one, a fuck African? Like
Shit.
usually most popes are Italian, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
You know? I just see these popes and I just kind of shake my head, man. They're all hard to take serious at this point. Like honestly, it's so hard to take any of this serious.
Yeah. I almost I
Like,
don't know if I should say it, man, but
yeah, like this guy, doesn't he look like he would touch your kid?
I feel like they're fucking look evil, man.
He just look, and he's European on top of that, dude. I don't know, man. I'm becoming anti-Europeans. I
Yeah.
don't know why, dude. I think getting desensitized to Europeans because I think the more and more and more I dislike Europeans. I don't know. Suspect is killing a Russian general, pleads guilty and claims he was. All right, so that's what we got. So those are the people in line. Looks like it's a pretty diverse selection. You know, you got a white, you got a black, you got a fucking peed, you got a fucking Asian man.
Yo, Tim, man, I hate when I watch a European movie or something and I can't stand their fucking accent.
Oh,
in the fucking movies. Like they're speaking English.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Like Jason Statham, dude. I can't stand that motherfucker, dude. Like he's so pussy to me. Like he's like when they try to sound gangster and shit, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hit him in his bloody bum." Like, bro, I'm gonna fucking just smack this shit out. When
sounds like he's about to tickle him or something.
It's like, dude, he looks so weird with that stupid scarf on. What's wrong with you, man? Come on, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Something about him. I just can't take him serious.
Every movie's the same, too.
You said, what did you say? He's attractive. Yeah. Which one, dude? The guy from the Congo, Alex? Let's smoke down, man. Let's smoke down. Let's get high because I got a really funny topic. And I guess me and you can talk about it because Alien sure ran from the topic.
Where did he go?
I don't know where he went. Maybe he'll pop in. Maybe he won't. If Deltron, you're out there, dude, pop in, man. I'll debate your ass on some shit for a minute.
Make sure your mic's good, man. Make sure your mic's good.
Is it good? Can you hear me this time?
No, I hear you. I'll say it, Deltron. Make sure your mic's good, dude.
Yeah, bro. I have to be like muting them and just that's the best way to do it. It's like I have to mute them, let homie talk, then mute them, then go back. You know what I'm saying? Mute them, and you know what I'm saying? I gotta like keep doing that because I don't know if there's a delay. I don't know if they both are just dumb as shit.
I was at work, like what?
I don't think they're dumb. Oh, you're talking about that as SDS Pope? Yeah, bro. He's definitely attractive. Ugh. Imagine that dude all like slithered up on your little son, bro. That's just fuck, bro.
Yo, Tim, my coworker asked me what like kind of like I think about the Pope, and I was like, I look at him in the eyes. I was like, I think he's fucking evil. And he's like, what? What? How dare you?
Did you tell them to go friggin'
Yeah, do some
look into
fucking
the history
research.
of the Pope, dude? Fuck.
Yeah.
You know? Hopefully we can get hopefully today, let's see. Hopefully today we can get it to be like last night. Because last night it turned out to be kind of fun. And we can have fun regardless. Don't get me wrong.
Yo, Tim, you see that video of the Pope just not long ago where they opened up those big doors and they wheeled him in on the wheelchair and you could hear a baby crying.
Nah.
Yeah, dude, you could hear a baby crying.
Like, and was he dead?
Oh no, they had the Pope in like a wheelchair and they're gonna push him through these big doors. It's like only a certain amount of years or something. They open these doors or some shit. I don't know. And fucking
There was a baby in there crying?
yeah, there was a baby crying.
What was the baby supposedly doing?
I don't know what they were doing though.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna smoke some Problem Child again today. That's what I have by me. Maybe I'm gonna smoke some Permanent Marker by OG Kush.
Yo, Tim, man, I bought some stuff called Atomic Sherbet, and it's a sativa, but man, it hits like a fucking indica.
Dude, I got some shit called Rainbow Sherbet RS11. What's up, white chicks? How you doing? I got some shit called RS1000. It's RS11 by Presidential Kush, bro. It is fire. It hits, and it's a sativa. And if
Damn.
I didn't tell you, you would think it's an indica. That's for sure. I mean, for sure. White chicks. What a name.
That movie, man.
Trying to mess with this, man. I'm trying to figure out how to get. What is that? So what if I hit it again? Oh, I get it. All right. So,
sorry.
Anyway,
that's good.
dude, that should be tasting yummy.
That shit got me.
That shit tastes good. There's Candy. Austin, man. Fuck you been, bro?
What up, Candy? I'm gonna say it for Ryan. I got candy.
Your taxes did not pay for this fucking laptop, you bum ass motherfucker. Trust me. Your taxes couldn't afford this laptop. I just probably broke the camera. I don't normally use this as my camera, bro. So it just is what it is for now. I don't care. I broke it playing probably being an asshole. Yeah, man. Austin, it's been a while, bro. Candy, we're doing well. We're just chilling. We just got on. You can pop on here in a minute. The link's at the very beginning of it.
Hey Tim, I tried to click on it and it wouldn't work. And Serenity passed me the link.
So it's still not working?
I was trying to click on it, wouldn't do nothing.
Huh. So wait, does this not let you guys in then either?
Yeah, she just sent me the link
It's
and
an expensive laptop, white chicks. It's an expensive laptop. I just broke it, dude. Like my mic sounds like shit too. I don't know what I did to it. I don't know, or it's just like the settings are fucked up, or what the fuck.
It doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, that's Sean Willis, man. That's Sean from the damn chat, bro. Sean, introduce yourself.
What up, Sean Swizzy?
We're just up here chilling, man. We're just smoking. We're about to talk.
Back in the house.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my setup kind of sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I should be live from my phone. I got it right here. And I should be using this right now. But it's easier for me to use my laptop. You know what I'm saying? I get plenty. Honestly, I'm doing fine. I'm doing all right. Yeah, but I should get better ones once I get. I have another laptop, dude. I've probably got a nicer one than you do. I've got 2 of them. I just don't care. How's that? Don't care. What's Za? Yeah, I got 350 last night. That's more than you got. I guarantee it. So, anyways, while being on subscribers still, Ryan will save me. Yeah, right. Anyways, Ryan's still not even here. I don't even know where Ryan's at.
I was talking to Serenity. She said Ryan had a power outage.
What is it?
Serenity. She told me Ryan had some storm come through his town. There was like it was raining a lot, and he got I don't know, the power went out.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pouring here like hardcore, like storming.
Yeah.
So, you know. I wouldn't be shocked. I thought my shit would go out, to be honest.
Hey Tim,
So,
it's your turn, man. Here you go.
hey, cheers.
Nah,
I got it smashed up. You get what? Well, you get what an hour? You get $10 an hour? You get $1,000 an hour to what? To do what? To do what? Like I care. To do what?
Marley Mars.
To do what though? You okay? You look sad now. Views. Hey, look, bro. My shit's still doing fine. Again, it's still more than you do. It's all good, right, Austin? I think it's fine, bro. I think everything's going fine. Honestly, we're starting out. We're literally starting over. I think things are going great. Personally, it's like doubled every single day. You know. So, anyways, and a lot of the people I already know, and they're probably better than you, anyways. And you're one of them. I mean, you're here every single day, so you are a fan. You're a fan. I don't know what to tell you. What's up, Jeff? One sad channel. I know you guys show up every day, but y'all fucking are my fans. It's okay. It's sad to have sad people showing up to a channel that they call sad, but they're my fans. You show up. You know? I think that's sad. Don't you got better shit to do? I do. Like this. Like, what are you doing? You're just sitting in somebody's chat. Like, you a bum.
You bum.
You a bum, bro. You're sitting in someone's literally chat.
You're giving us your
I'm
fucking
not in
energy.
your chat. You're in my chat. Remember that. I would never go to your channel or your chat. So who's the bum? Think about that shit real fast. Hello? Yeah. Doesn't make no sense, bro. Not at all. Anyways, bro, let's talk about this Kanye shit when you get
Oh
back.
my god, man! What
Dude,
the
what
fuck?
the
Is that
fuck,
for real?
right? Alex said I'm the bum. Jeff said I'm your only viewer. Yeah, you're the only one, Jeff. Thank God. Thank God I have you, dude. Without you, I'm nothing.
Good job, Jeb.
Jeb, you're the man or woman. I don't know what you are. I'm assuming you're a guy, but you know, assuming makes an ass out of you and me, right? Duh. So, anyways, um, trying to find this Kanye shit. Hold on. Bro, what the fuck did Kanye do, man? Why did he, like,
Did
yo,
he really say that shit?
listen, bro. Listen. My boy sent me this meme. Hey, Alfonso! I didn't see it yet, bro. I didn't see it. If you want to pop up, man, I don't. Apparently, the link's not working again. Is that what the deal is?
Just for me, it wasn't working.
At the very beginning, the link should be up. Looks like it looked like when I looked at it from my phone, it looked fine to me. But anyways, yeah, let's see what this Kanye shit says, bro. You're about to trip, dude. This shit's wild as fuck. So according to TMZ, and he was in a recent interview, and he said, "White Lotus got nothing on me. I had sex with male cousin as a teen, dude." Kanye West is claiming he is and now incarcerated. He is claiming
Fucking
he
Kanye,
and a
man.
now incarcerated male cousin sexually experimented with each other when they were kids. An experience he's turned into a new song, believing it contributed to both of their dark paths. This song is called Cousins. About my cousin that's locked in jail for life for unaliving a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. What? That
Yeah,
sounds super
yeah.
pedo-y to me, bro. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found on the top of my mom's closet. What the? What are we? What?
Yeah.
My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found on the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Tweet sent. What? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What, dude? Get the fuck out of
What
here.
the?
All right, hold on. I'm going to keep it right here and I'll go back to the article. Should I finish the article and then go back to this?
Let's finish it.
All
Let's do
right.
it.
Debuting a new grungy song called Cousins on Monday, Ye sings about stumbling upon adult magazines as a kid, noting that the mags he found later on his mother Donda's possession were of homosexual variety. Ye says he eventually showed the mags to his cousin and they reenacted the male on male kissing scenes, leading Ye to eventually suck his dick until the age of 14. I just listened to this mixtape the other day, dude. I didn't even know. I didn't even fucking know that there's a gay song called Cousins on it, bro. I swear to you, dude. Look.
Oh, man.
Look, it's
Kanye,
called
man.
Bully, bro. I'm gonna pull it up real fast. I'm gonna show y'all. I ain't even lying, bro. I was just listening to that shit. It was all right. It wasn't even that good. It wasn't even that good, for real, for real. It wasn't. And I like Kanye. I actually was about to listen to a Kanye song before I came live, but it wouldn't work. Now I know why.
Now I know why.
Yeah, dude. Where's it at? I can't find it. It's called Bully though. There we go. There it is. To those that give two shits. That's the Bully album. So
Cousin.
Anyways, let's get back to the article.
Fucking Kanye, what the fuck?
So
what the fuck?
The accompanying visual for Cousins. Oh, here's the. let's watch this though. Let's watch this. The accompanying visual for Cousins spliced together various clips of video games and semi-pornographic images of Ye crooned about giving his cousin head on the chorus. Both Ye and Kim Kardashian were scanning Ye's cousin's case during their marriage. Ye gave him a loving shout out during a 2018 interview when he asked about Trump's first presidency. My cousin is locked up for murder and I love him, so he did a bad thing, but I still love him. Later in 2020, Kim K was helping spearhead the Frederick Douglass Project for Justice and shared Ye's cousin's plight with Georgetown University professor Mac Howard, heightening how Ye's aunt was forced to accept the consequences from living in their downtown Chicago neighborhood. Ye also says he's changing his WW3 album title to Cuck. Dude, he doesn't stop to fucking for a minute.
Cuck.
Doesn't amaze me. Like, he just amazes me every time. Spoke like a true Gemini, he said.
Damn. I'm a Gemini. Fuck. What the fuck?
We're gonna. Here's another one about Kanye at some point. Nah, get me back. All right. So, anyways, let's go back to this, dude. Wait, let's watch. Is this? All right, here. Let's talk. Let's see this.
With Mochi Health, I've lost 30 pounds. I have no desire to be skinny. I love being a plus size girl. I just wanted to be healthier for me.
There you go.
When my grandmother died, I knew that diabetes was hereditary.
Nah.
That was my wake-up call.
With these medications, they are designed for long-term use.
With Mochi Health, I never feel alone.
I'll take your.
It's about progress.
I'll take the
not
laptop.
perfection. I've lost 30 pounds, and I'm more me. Check out
What's up with this
joinmochi.com.
long ass commercial, bro?
Kanye West essentially is saying White Lotus ain't got nothing on me.
Yes, he is very openly in a new song describing a incestuous relationship that he says he had with a male cousin when they were teenagers. The song that he dropped today is called Cousins. Now, we're going to play a little bit of it for you. There's a whole explanation of how this
I'm not
relationship
playing
started.
it here, bro.
But this is what he's claiming. And again, we're used to hearing outrageous things from Kanye.
In other words, translation, we don't know what's true and what isn't.
Right, but here's what he's saying in the song.
I can't play the song for copyright reasons. Hanging out with my cousin, reading dirty mags. We seen two, and we ain't know what that mean. What?
Yeah.
Hanging out with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen two dicks, and we ain't know what that means. Oh my, what that means? Is that what he's saying? Dicks? Bro. All right, let's move on. Then they start reenacting everything that we had seen. Wait, then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's what I gave my cousin. Get the fuck out of here,
Oh
dude.
my god, man.
The fuck, dude? Gave my cousin. Okay.
Scratch your head.
Look, we don't know. He has been off the rails now for months. I mean, not weeks, for months. And, is this real?
Bro.
Maybe.
This is a cousin he's referred to before. This is a cousin he says is actually doing time. He's in prison now for murdering someone. And he's talked about that cousin in public before,
But not about this.
But never about this alleged relationship between them.
Yeah, Kanye's social media has kind of been hinting that he wants to reveal some things lately. Yeah, we don't know if it's true or not, but the song, really does go into detail about what happened. He's been hinting that his mom may have been a lesbian, and they discovered some magazines that, led them to...
Oh, he really sold his soul, bro.
We should explain because we had to censor some of it, but what he was saying was that the magazines that he found in his mom's room or somewhere in the house showed gay sex, and that he and his cousin decided they wanted to try some of it is, and I wonder what, I don't know where his cousin is incarcerated.
Is it possible? Look, we don't know, but is it possible that all of the talk about White Lotus, because
made him feel like I want to say something that's gonna,
whether it's true or not true, that he tapped into it? Because that's what he's done. I mean, with Trump, he tapped into it. With other things, with Kim, he tapped into it. And it's like,
I don't know. It's so hard.
Well, we don't know if it's
just hard
true,
to
but
tell.
it does sound like he's going to deliver more messages in his music going the line. This is just the first of the latest album that he plans on releasing. So.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it looks like he is now back with Bianca Censori. You know that they had gone to divorce lawyers. In fact,
they've gone to divorce lawyers
3 times he's been since October.
Right. And then he dropped a song last month that basically, or earlier this month, where he was begging Bianca to come back to him. And apparently it worked because they were seen together in Spain, going to a restaurant. I don't know if this means that everything is back hunky-dory with them, but they...
And she's clothed.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, it's relevant.
There's a difference there.
No.
Yeah,
it's totally relevant. Is this Madrid?
Eltron, there's the
Mallorca.
link if you want to pop in.
Look, she has been to a divorce lawyer, we know, at least once. He's been 3 times.
Wow.
At least 2 of the 3 said, I'm not going to represent you.
Right.
Because they just didn't want to. A third, he was...
Jeez.
going to file for divorce, and that
Man, I think
decided not to. So
I think she's
we know
ugly
of
as hell, man.
We
She's
know of
ugly as
all of
hell.
those, and there may be more.
Right.
But
for now,
it looks like
they're at least doing dinner together.
They're doing dinner.
This is Buki from Texas. And Kate, in terms of the cousin issue with Kanye's past, I don't know whether it's a art he's doing, is fact, fiction, or a combination. Either way, it doesn't change the fact he needs help. And in terms of his wife, unless they're pulling a stunt together, I don't think they're back together.
Well, why would they be in Spain together?
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
It seems like their relationship.
I don't care about that bitch. Let's just talk about this shit. I want the headline though. So let me get back. That shit was hilarious. The headline, bro. All right, cool, bro. Bro, what the fuck did we just hear and listen to and see? And did I read to you? What the hell just happened? Is Kanye really like on that shit? Or do you think he's just sold his soul to the next level? I can't hear you if you're trying to talk.
I think
Okay.
I think he has he did it for some kind of purpose. He thinks he's gonna profit off it or something.
Think he did it on purpose?
Yeah, like why would he say that? You know?
Do you think
Like,
so? You think he's just trying to profit off it? Like fuck it, because he's already crashed out.
yeah, I don't. That's all I can think about. You know, like why would he just say that?
Bro.
He just came out and like say that.
I mean, we knew he was weird. Remember that fucking that video he did with the all them like naked people in the bed with Trump and like all them people naked in the bed. Like his wife was in there. I can't remember who else. Taylor Swift was in there. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I recall that a little bit.
Let me see if I can pull up a clip where I can play it, but not like have the sound. Let me see. Hold on.
Was it like a big Diddy bed? Like a
Kanye.
outside?
I think it was called Beautiful. Had Caitlyn Jenner in it. All right. Hold on. No. Hold on. Kanye. Here it is. Let's see what this does. Oh, it's the actual music video. So what I'll do is I'll play it, but I'll pause it. I'll mute it so we can't hear it. All right. You just gotta see the cut. I just want to show you guys the fucking video, dude. It's fucking off the hook. I can understand how it might. So look, right here.
That's right.
Right there, dude. Look. It's like Trump. There's like his wife. There's a whole bunch of different people in this video. "12 of the most notorious people on the planet in possession of it. I refuse to send me a link in case it gets hacked. Instead, I'm looking via Skype. It's George W. Bush." What the fuck? George W. Bush, Donald Trump, Anna Wintour, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Taylor Swift, Kanye, Kim, Ray J, Amber Rose, Caitlyn Jenner, and Bill fucking Cosby.
In the bed right there?
That's all. They're all naked in a bed together, dude. I swear to you, dude. I swear to you, dude.
Let's zoom in on Trump. Where's he at?
I mean, I don't know if I really want to show it, but dude, Caitlyn Jenner, O.J. Simpson. He said, "I wish I could have been his O.J. Simpson black friend on the golf course." The fuck? He got his wife's cosign. I mean, they would sell their souls for like anything, dude. Could you imagine putting your wife? It's called Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies, the name of the album. I don't know why I'm even promoting it at this point. That show is badass. Animal Kingdom. Show is pretty badass. Anyways. Yeah, dude. That shit wild, right? What the fuck? Hi, Candy.
Probably just having a
I'll
bunch
take
of.
care of Marley while we're just sitting here chilling. So
They're probably having a bunch of kids, fucking just trying to make money off of that.
And remember how like outspoken he was about like his kids getting a hold of being on the internet and getting like all that shit happened to him. You know what I'm saying? So like, what? I'm wondering if obviously I'm wondering what he went through, or this dude just sell his soul completely. I can't figure him out, bro. I don't know what is up with him. I even wonder if that's even really Kanye. Like seriously, bro. I wonder if that's even Kanye at this point.
What's that old story that he sold his soul and had his mom killed?
Yeah, Donda. That's what it was weird that we're talking about finding his mom's porn, considering she's like dead. So he's like reusing her name again. I don't know. That's just weird to me, man.
What up, Marley? Weird. Marley Mars.
Yeah, that's weird to me, dude. Honestly. I don't know where Walking's at, and I don't know where Ryan's at. Candy. I have no idea.
Candy.
How are you doing?
I got candy. I can serve you on a block. I love that song, man. Ryan cracks me up every time I hear that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, Candy. I kind of went AWOL for a while, so no one knew where I was at. No one knew what was up. Ryan, I believe, because we had a really bad storm. Do you want to come up, or can you not get in? I believe Ryan, because there was a bad storm here, lost his electric. So he's dealing with that shit. Hey, I just did the same thing, and I just went and fed Marley and forgot to grab my cup. You can't get into it. Alex, you're on Discord, right? If you can go onto the Discord and meet, are you on my new Discord? That's Sean. That's Sean Willis from the stream, Candy. That's Sean Willis that you always see it commenting in the comments.
Come on, Caddy. Come on,
She can't
Caddy.
get up because she
Oh
don't know
shit.
how. I gotta figure out how to get this link right, bro. You know? Anyways. That's awesome. It was 77. That's really nice. To be honest. 77 degrees. It's 33 degrees here right now. It's cold. Like, I need to go by the damn, what's it called? I need to go by the window and close it because I'm cold. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, bro, the Cavs are doing their thing, brother. Damn right. They really are. And if you do want to get in, Ken, you got to scroll up to the very beginning of the stream and you'll see the shit pinned up. Yeah, right, Candy? She said she finally can match your face up, bro. The Cavs are doing their thing, Bronco. Let's go. I think, honestly, I think we play like Pacers or Bucks. I think we smoke them. The Pacers they're kind of tough. I think the Bucks will smoke them. And then it's on to your Boston, Candy. We coming to get your ass. Let's go.
I wish I could hear her right now. Oh, hell no, Tim. Hell no, we're gonna fuck you up.
Where's your covers? What you mean? Where's my covers? What the fuck does that mean? Covers for what? What you talking about, Katie? I'm confused. I can't wait to get Delchine up here, bro. We're gonna have some good. We're gonna get wild up in this bitch. I'm gonna have to somehow start spicing these videos because I like when he comes in here because we both have such different opposing opinions. But we can sit down and smoke and vibe out at the same time, so that's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't wait for him to come in and see what we got to talk about today. You know, see where we take it. You know, I'll try to pull up the most. Let me see what I got that would. To see if I pulled anything up that would. Dude, we could talk a little bit more sports real fast while you're in here. Do you watch any sports?
Me? No.
Did you remember Deion Sanders?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so his son got drafted by the Browns, right? And he was supposed to go number 2 to the Browns in the draft. We had the number 2 pick, right? Well, we ended up picking him in the 5th round. That's how far he fell. Now, there was like all types of different reasons. I heard it had to do like with an orgy or something. I don't know. Let's find out. He's now on the Browns quarterback, so it's probably something weird, right? It's not often. 144th pick is the biggest story of the NFL draft. Shadir Sanders was not the usual 144th pick. His situation transcended football. He's very good, dude. The fact that Browns got him is good. The Browns finally ended up taking Sanders with the 144th pick, adding the 23-year-old to a crowded quarterback room. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel with Deshaun Watson also, who's injured. I'm not really here to talk about football. I want to talk about what happened. Below, the Associated Press examined some of potential reasons for Sanders' free fall, using the quarterback's own words, his father's comments, the analyst pundits, and the on-field performance. What Sanders said, "You've got to understand, when the last name is on your back, you're going to be attacked and ridiculed by naysayers," Colorado coach said. I'm going to just be myself, blah, blah, blah. What others said, the younger Sanders carries himself with supreme confidence. Dude, this is like kissing his ass. The younger Sanders might be brash. Dude, this is nothing but kissing his ass. Bro, what about the orgy he got into, bro? Come on. What about all the fucked up shit they're talking about? They're not going to tell it on here. I bet it. They're not. Well, that was a dud, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk about something that I don't know 1,000% on. And they're clearly not going to mention it here. So
They had a big orgy thing going on.
yeah, he had a bunch of crazy shit going on in college. So I don't know if the Browns, because of their connection with Watson, you know what I'm saying? If that was the reasoning, that they waited so long to draft him, but clearly they were trying to say it was a black-white because he was black, which is just not true because the number 1 pick was a black quarterback. So if you're good, they're going to take you. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Marley?
Marley's just not letting me go today, boy. He's on one right now. He really is. Dude, he's mad. I'll be honest. He's mad because he's out of broth and he's still got a bunch of chicken. So he he wants his broth. What am I supposed to do?
Hey, Tim, you got a crock pot?
Hold on. Do I have a crock pot? Yeah.
Maybe put that chicken in the crock pot with a little bit of water and some whatever you want to put in there and kind of juice it back up.
I might just make him some. Bro, try putting the link all at once. So, instead of spacing it at the end, because for some reason it's not working. I don't know how, Bubba. I swear to you, I don't know what the fuck. All right, let me see. Because it just... You may want the link. You may also want to share your instructions. Here we go. It's still not working, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck that is. What is that? I don't know. I put it in all at once. All I did was copy and paste it. Tell me a story, bro. Tell me a story about fucking Alaska, bro.
Alaska? Oh, I was just
Yeah.
about to tell you, I'm on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that was would help you. About Alaska.
Yep.
They're still searching for this guy's missing, right? For over like a month and a half now. That the police. So anyways, like this guy was he was dating his neighbor right behind him, and he didn't know that she was married to a police officer, you know? And fucking anyways, they were having a relationship and shit, and the cop found out or whatever, and was harassing him and stuff. The guy put pictures of the cops' cars in his driveway, kind of, on Facebook and shit. He's being stalked by this cop. And then he was at this gym in the other city, and then he seen two people on his camera on his house, and fucking they kick in his door and shit, two people and shit. And he went home and he like just totally disappeared. And that's about the big story really right now. Like this cop, like they're not saying nothing about it. It's like they done an investigation. The FBI came there. Like no one's saying nothing.
Man. So that's the talk of the town of Alaska.
Yeah,
huh?
dude, this guy is just missing. Yeah. I think that he knew that she was married. And I think he just fucking made a bad decision, you crossed the fucking line, dude.
Yeah, you can't go begging somebody's.
Yeah, you crossed the line, man.
Other,
That's all I gotta say. Like,
there's Deltron.
Yeah.
Here you go.
A lot of people.
Right an hour in. Perfect timing, buddy. How you doing, man? Let's smoke one. Welcome. Marley, bro, you're driving me cuckoo, and I want fucking
what up,
some
Switchy?
coffee, so let's get this shit
What up,
popping.
Deltron?
What's good with you, bro? You good? Oh, wait. I didn't let him on yet. Hold on. There you are. There you are. What's up, bro?
Yo. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see if these earphones are working. Like, if they're still fucking sound all fucked up, let me know.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Marley's tripping. What am I supposed to do?
Just let him sing.
You hear him?
Yeah, hell yeah. My cats will be like, "What the fuck? What's going on? Who's that?"
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about that. What about Kanye? Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Kanye's a great fish, bro.
Dude, that shit's crazy. Do you think that's just a publicity stunt?
Hell yeah.
No, I think it's like what he's doing is like that Von Gogh shit, bro. Like how Von Gogh is just a crazy motherfucker, but he come out with some straight art all the time. I think that's what he is, bro. He's just hella crazy.
I like his music, bro. It sucks. I like his music.
You bro. Sometimes you can't help but fuck with his music, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the nigga's like Von Gogh, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's into all those weird people. Like why he started wearing the mask for a little bit.
Right.
Was that one artist that like tell people in the 70s and the 80s when modeling was all about the model and not the clothes. He was tired of that shit and he wanted everybody to see his clothes, so he started making all of his models wear fucking masks, bro. And he started doing that to make it so if you don't know what he's doing and why he's doing it, it's kind of hard to understand where he's coming from,
I didn't know that was his reasoning behind
But
it.
at the same time, he has mental health issues, and nobody that's ever been with a Kardashian has ever ended up like on the good side of the fucking, you know.
Yeah, that's an evil fucking puss right there, boy.
Man, but it's just yeah, dude. Like it's you know, it's a lot of things with Kanye, man. Losing his mom, you know, the fucking the lifestyle of the rich and famous type shit, you know, going from being like he was damn near like a human rights type dude when he first came out. Remember? Like he's like, why do I always got rap guns? Why do I you know, he was dope, bro. And then I don't know, bro, the money just kinda made him forget, bro, like where the fuck he's coming from. Kinda like that type of makes you hate yourself, bro. You know?
Yeah. Nah, I
And
feel
if and if you're already part of a group that's already hella hated, then you know your mental health can't be all like you know, it can't be all that easy to keep that shit stable every day, bro. You know?
Oh yeah. And then that's right, Candy. I forgot about the joke that they played on Deion Sanders' kid. That was one of the things. So like,
I didn't get to see that. What happened with that, bro?
I guess like one of like a college player, like another college player, and like their team, they like got his number, and he's like live on the NFL thing, and he was supposed to go number 2, and he went like on day like 2. Like he went 144 instead of 2, so he dropped 142 fucking spots, dude. That would
Yeah.
that'd be crazy, right?
Okay.
But they pranked him and said that you're going to the New Orleans Saints, and it was just like some high school kids, bro, and it wasn't even them. And he was live on ESPN when they did it.
That's fucked up. That's all
I think that's the ultimate troll, personally. I'm like, yeah, I started laughing when I found out. I really like, oh, that's
fucked
so
up, but it's funny, you know, because like at the same time he's still in the NFL, so who gives a fuck, right? Like he still made it. Who cares? Like what rap? You know what I'm saying? He went in there, right? They're really scared because they think because he didn't get picked that oh we might never get picked. Nah, bro, that's a fucking kid of the Deion. That's Deion Sanders' kid, bro. Somebody's gonna get his ass. You know? Oh my bad. Am I cutting out?
What's that?
Is my mic cutting out when I talk too loud or?
No, you're good. It sounds all right so far, right? Swizzy?
It's a little fuzzy.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna take this headphone off.
I'm trying to see what's
it's probably better now. But all I'm saying is, bro, that's Deion Sanders' kid, bro. Like, he was gonna go to the NFL. You know, we all knew. Who cares what round?
True. I mean, I get it, but I think they care more because the later rounds, the less money.
No, they're sitting there like, well, Bronny's kid got to go straight to the Lakers.
Yeah, right, dude. Has he done shit?
Like, don't pass go. Don't collect 100. You go straight there, bro. We got a chair right next to your dad. Like that was, you know. And then what? It lasted for like how many weeks, and then he was out of there.
I was gonna say, I don't think he really recovered from that. How you doing, Gummy Worm? Thanks for popping in. I'm trying to find some topics that we could discuss.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is, though, bro. Like they're making a big deal out of that, and I was sitting there like, well, did he not get drafted? And they're like, no, he got drafted, but he only got drafted in this round. I'm like, bro, that's some like little bitch shit, bro. Like, you're in NFL, dude. You know, you did good in college, bro. No matter how good you did in college, no matter, you know what I'm saying? If you go to a team in the NFL, that was the main goal, dude. You know?
That's true.
Like, they're all, oh my God. It's because
that's true. And you should be able to play the same. It doesn't matter what number you are. When you get on the field, it don't matter if you went 2 or 144.
Thank you. And your last name shouldn't matter. You know?
Doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
It shouldn't matter to you other than money wise, you know, contract wise. Shouldn't really matter. Like,
yeah, exactly. But if you're a rookie in NFL, you know, your contract can't be all that good, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a rarity if you're making, like, if you're breaking over the average, you know, when you on your first year.
Yo, Tim.
You know?
Yo.
Oh, shit.
What's
sorry.
up, buddy?
Cutting out on me. Hey, man, I'm about to go. I'm about to go pass out, man. I've been up since a while now.
You have a good night, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks for popping in.
All right, Swizzy, have a blessed one, brother.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow I'm off too. I'll be more energized, but like I've been up since like 11 at night yesterday. I worked the graveyard
I was up
shift.
till like 3 a.m. last night, bro. Then I woke up at 6:30 to take my kid to school, and I fucking passed out in the middle of the day. Woke back.
I want to keep on
and
watching,
shit.
but I'm
Now I'm
like,
here.
oh shit, dude. I
Hey, it's all great,
lay
brother.
down, guys.
Appreciate it. I appreciate you popping through, bro.
I'll see you again, man. I'm off tomorrow.
All right, brother. I'll talk
Take care,
to you tomorrow.
everybody.
Peace, brother. All right. So, anyways, man, what do we talk about, bro? I'm over here going, what can we get into? Let me see what's in the AP. Anything good or like U.S. government has a new policy for terminating international students' legal status. I mean, we could debate. Vietnam celebrates 50 years since the war's end. Focus on peace and unity.
That's good. My boy just came back from Vietnam. Matter of fact, he was telling me it just needs to be modernized a little bit more, but that's about it. But
no doubt. I kind of want to see what's up into Vietnam. Let's check it out. Vietnam celebrate. Here, let me show everybody. So, I'll check that out. She said, hold on real fast. She said, what's up? Yeah, I got to go to the dispensary today, probably around 11:30 if I felt like it, but I'm smoking marshmallow OG. Sounds good as shit. Marshmallow
yeah.
sounds nice.
I'm smoking some bubblegum gelato from Quiet Farms.
Bubblegum gelato, nice.
With the glass tip.
Oh, you doing good. You're doing good. I'm smoking a bowl of peanut butter breath right now.
Fuck yeah, dude. Peanut butter bread's fire. That shit's always good taste.
Yes, sir. I got some peanut butter breath. I got some rainbow marker, some rainbow sherbet by permanent marker. I got some rainbow OG, and then I got some carbon. That's what I'll be smoking. I don't know.
Hell
yeah. And then I got like 2 dabs left. Let's do a couple dabs, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, let's see. Smoking some tsunami. Sounds like some wild shit, Alex.
Tsunami?
My neighbor actually traded with me. He took what was left of my garlic and gave me, it's like 40 kind of like marshmallow jam. Was it nice? Was it worth the trade? Which one was better? Anyways.
Yeah, marshmallow OG sick. I got the comment section right here too. So
Oh yeah, Koda, you can see the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was going ham. That's why I said, bro, I like the different point of views. I love hearing everybody start bitching, bro. So
yeah.
I don't know how we could even have a debate over this, but we could probably. I don't know. I'm sure we could.
There's no debating this. This is just like, hey,
this is just a story, bro. This is
that's what's up.
Vietnam celebrates 50 years since war's end with focus on peace and unity. Hell yeah. That's
it was crazy because I came in the car right now and I was getting everything set up. I just pulled up and I was getting ready to roll up my cigar. I got a brand new pack of woods right here. And then my boy called me. He was like, do you got a lighter? I just rolled up a fat blunt. So he gave it to me. He was like, yeah, this is the shit from Quiet Farms. He said, and I was like, oh, damn. So I added my little glass tip to it and got it going. So I didn't have to roll up, bro.
Is that one of the better places or what?
Huh?
Is that like one of the better growers around there or what?
Yeah. Quiet Farms got some fire for the low. Like they're just like another brand that we came across recently where like you can get a half for like fucking $30, $40, you know? And it's some fire, bro. It's like some sticky fucking, you know, some real good.
Man, can you wait, let me we'll get to this topic. Hold on. Bro, how is it so? I mean, I know how, but dude, weed is so cheap nowadays, bro.
Because people capitalized on it. You know what I'm saying? So now, because back in the day it was a commodity, bro. Like for instance in Texas, bro, for what I'm doing in my car right now, nigga, they can come and fucking give me the whole wrap, bro. You know? But
Yeah,
I'm in Cali, and that's why I'm always like, why is everybody talking shit about Cali? You can sit in your car and smoke a blunt without being paranoid in Cali like that. Like unless you're in the hood, of course. That's anywhere though. But in Cali, the majority of the places, bro, like I can spark up a blunt right before I go up in Walmart in the parking lot and just walk up in there. If I try that shit in Colorado, bro, if I try that shit in fucking in a lot of places, bro, I could get in
yeah.
big trouble, dude.
I'm
So
not
so
too
it
sure about Ohio.
so it's a commodity, is what I'm saying. It used to be a commodity, and now it's just like alcohol or anything else. You could just go get it. When I went to Miami, you know what really surprised me in Miami? They don't even do this in Cali, bro. Maybe they do it in Cali. I just haven't seen it yet in certain places. But as far as I know, out in California, you could only get weed from a dispensary. You can't just go to like a Circle K and buy it, or not Circle K, but like a gas station. You can't just go to a fucking a Sinclair gas station, right? And just fucking buy a fucking eighth. But in Miami, you can, bro. We didn't have no fucking weed in the hotel. I was like hella mad. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go buy like a fucking cigar or a black and mild or something I can smoke on real quick while I'm out here in bitch ass Miami, bro.
Right.
I come out my hotel. I walk across the street and there's like clubs there. In front of the club, they had a whole fucking little setup where you could buy joints and all this shit. And then I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, right? And I was like, maybe you need a card for that. I don't know how it works out here, I'm in Florida. So I walked up inside the fucking this little smoke shop, and it looked like any other smoke shop, bro. It had like Arizona's in it. It had fucking your backwoods. Like it
Right,
looked,
right,
but then
right.
I get to the register, bro. There's fucking fire ass weed in jars right there, and I'm like, hey, bro, is this serious right now, bro? Because I literally don't have any weed, bro. I didn't have any weed, Tim. So it was like the most like craziest like out of nowhere shit. Like this is not normal, nigga. You niggas are selling weed in this bitch, bro. Are you serious? Bro, I bought like 3 of those jars. I got my fucking joints. I came back and told my girl, you can fucking bring me anywhere. I'll fucking find some weed, dude. I'll
Damn
fucking
right.
find some fucking weed. Like that shit came to me, okay? It came to me because it doesn't have to happen. It
Was
has
it
to.
good? Is it good?
Fire, Delta 9. You know, it was similar to California's weed, a lot tastier though. I'll give you that. California weed, bro, it has that skunky taste, bro, like that deep fucking taste. But like a lot of other weed that I try from other places like Hawaii, most of the taste profiles, I would say, because it's a rarity, because I barely get to try those kind of taste profiles, they're better. But then out here, everybody says our weed tastes the best. But I guess I'm just used to it, because I be
Yeah.
smoking some Colorado OG sometimes, some real Tahoe OG, and I'll be like, damn,
I
this
love
taste
some
profile,
Tahoe
this
OG
shit from the
too.
mountains, like,
I love
but
some Tahoe OG. That's like
yeah. So it's like you could tell, So, but I always say Cali has the best weed just due to the science behind it. Like we're known for having the best soil. We're known for having good elevation. Some of the best weed scientists in the world that
sun,
started it. You
climate.
know, yeah, the climate, straight up.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing like the good Cali sun, bro.
Yeah, but I think I'm literally just used to it though.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. We smoke good here, bro. Like that's one thing I will say. Like we smoke good where we live.
Yeah,
Here in Ohio, you wouldn't think that, but we always have. Before it became rec, before it became medical, we were
yeah.
always smoking straight fucking gas, bro. And I
Where
was
did they open up their first one at recently?
what's
They,
that?
they, I saw on the news they opened up their first cannabis club in a state recently, but I
Yeah,
guess it's on prohibition. So like, you could only get it from there, and if you leave that county, you're fucked, bro.
where in Ohio?
No, it wasn't Ohio. I forgot what I was reading. I was reading it somewhere
Oh,
though in America, but
okay. I
yeah,
was gonna
somebody had
say,
opened up a
man, 'cause,
dispensary, but they're on
dude,
prohibition out there.
I think, believe it or not, most of the buds, everybody says Cali's the best, and I agree because of what we just said. But
Yeah.
overall, I'll be honest. I think people be ruling out a lot of places in the East Coast, like
Well,
straight up. And Miami. That's another one they could pull out.
Yeah. Florida had some fire, but
Yeah,
if Texas got the pack, it's most likely from us.
I mean, I know that there's some shit that comes out of New York that's super gas.
Hmm.
A lot of shit comes from Canada too. Canada's got stupid gas.
Yeah. Canada got some fucking fire up north.
Yeah,
I just think Cali got the recipes, bro. I think really that's what it is. Cali got the recipes with the fire ass soil, so it's kind of like an advantage,
Yeah, because they're like OGs in the game,
Yeah, straight up OGs.
Yeah,
the fucking we're right here by the triangle, Washington, Oregon, and I think Ohio, right? Or not Ohio, but
we're way far
Washington,
from
Oregon. It's something with Washington,
Oregon, and maybe Arizona or something.
Yeah, no, I think it's part of Colorado, maybe part of Colorado. It's a triangle though, and it connects like 4 different states. And like if you go up there, that's where like the weed cowboys are at for real. Like you can really get fucked up going out there. A bunch of crazy white boys, bro.
Have you ever been to a weed sesh in Cali?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I go to Hippie Hill.
Tell me
I lost my mind
at
Hippie Hill, bro. Lost my fucking mind at. Okay, so the weed sessions out here are always dope, bro. Like there's different kinds of weed sessions, bro. There's a whole fucking demographic of people that smoke out here. Some people only do vapes. Some people get pre-rolls all the time. And then there's people like me that smokes backwoods like all day, like on some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what, and that's mainly the normal thing. Like a lot of people smoke swishers and backwoods in California. But then you do still have your hippies, bro, that hit bongs all the time. So it's like you have a lot of different sessions that you vibe with, and it connects to communities. That's why I'm such a humanist, bro, because this shit right here has like made me. I've had conversations with Peckerwoods about Ferguson, bro. And about how we should all love each other, and he agreed with me at the end because this nigga went to high school with me and my brother Anthony, and my brother Anthony's in the Navy. He looks more like a Steph Curry type of white, so they treat him more like it, and he respects him a lot, and he also respects me because that's my brother. So he looks past all the racist shit. So it shows that okay, you just have a belief of white, not white nationalism so much, but just keeping your race pure or whatever, and that's whatever, dude. But just don't let it fucking like stop you from getting opportunities, bro. Or holding your family back from opportunity.
A lot of races want to keep their shit pure though.
Yeah. Well,
it's
yeah.
Not
a lot
just
of
whites.
it's because it's part of your culture. But at the end of the day, if you're in a country, right, where you get to have free thought rather than just what your culture like indoctrinates you with, right? Because we do get to have free thought, even though we get indoctrinated in high school and in elementary school with all kinds of different shit, way longer than transgenderism or anything like that. We've been getting indoctrinated with, oh yeah, if as long as you work hard, you'll be able to get everything and this and that. And it's not really that simple, bro, or we're taught that, the Indians just gave the Pilgrims all this land, and because they just loved us so much, and it's just like you start seeing all the little cracks in their little story, and you realize that you're a victim of indoctrination, and it's like, fuck, bro, what do I do now? And all you could do, bro, is just better yourself and learn and educate and be open-minded to everybody's opinions, But just know in your heart, though, that what the problem is with indoctrination and all that, somebody around the line, when they came up with that like philosophy to like indoctrinate people and try to control them because they want to keep the status quo, right? Then you think now that human rights are debatable, and which they should never be. You feel me? And that's what America's supposed to teach us. But once that shit becomes debatable, bro, I think that's when it's like, damn, we got a fucking problem, bro. We got like a human problem, bro, going on, to where it's like people can't see people as people no more. We see them as a problem that needs to be eradicated, and that's crazy,
Do you think the internet has a lot to do with that shit?
I think the internet streamlined it for sure, but there was always this kind of rhetoric, bro. Like you would see it in like fucking, just the American culture, NASCAR, WWE, that like, oh, we're better than everybody no matter what. Like the anti-intellectualism, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm just like,
I'm a WWE fan, bro. I'm not talking shit on WWE. I'm just saying.
On Discord, so you know how wild that shit gets.
Yeah. I see how wild it gets, but that's just because it's people's beliefs, bro. But at
So
the same time, my
is that
beliefs, right?
like
Growing up, my beliefs growing up was that my dad's in prison, my mom's white, doesn't understand me, so I ain't gonna ever be shit. So therefore, I might as well fucking use people to my advantage and get over on motherfuckers because that's the gangsta ass way of living. But then I had to realize, like, damn, bro, what the fuck was I thinking? It's the
right?
same thing when you're a bigot. It's the same thing when you're hating on people and you don't even know why.
And then you're like, why am I even doing this, dude?
Yeah. So it's like wasting your time, right? Thinking about things when we should be like, hey, fuck these billionaires up here, fool, that are making all the rules. Like, why can I collect rainwater? Why can I
I'm with
grow
that.
fruit bearing trees downtown? That way when a homeless person's looking for food, they can go to an apple tree. They can go to you know what I'm saying? There's laws
Yeah.
that prevent that. That way homeless people really starve, bruh. It's like there's little things in America that people like. We were talking about how they capitalize on marriage. That's one of them. Like,
Yeah.
why are we capitalizing on little things that we don't need to be capitalizing on? That's called greed and control. The same shit that all these Republicans are talking about.
They capitalize on your death, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There's a death tax, bro.
Yeah.
A death tax. Like in Ohio, we got a sin tax, dude. They tax you extra if you smoke cigarettes and buy lottery tickets and certain things. They call it the sin tax.
Yeah, you know what that's called to me? A poverty tax. Oh,
That's
you want to try to buy the lottery and get out of here? Oh, you stressed? You need a cigarette? Well, fucking pay more money because you ain't gonna be out here just smoking cigarettes, being stressed out. Like, what the fuck you mean?
yeah, bro. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. They're really do. There's certain
So it's
things
like that's the only reason. Like, I think global capitalism in a way is bad too. It's really bad actually. But if you were to not capitalize on human rights, right? Like healthcare, education, and all that, and you were to make sure like your population is not starving, then it would work, bruh. But you keep getting idiots that run businesses, right? And that's why I get crazy when people call me a liberal because it's like I'm over here telling you that I want like regulations, you know what I'm saying, against fucking corporations, like, that are too big to fail. I want regulations against shit like that. So that way they don't fucking start influencing our government, and stuff like that, right? And I'm telling you also that I want these fuckers to pay taxes. Now what liberals want is little to no taxes on fucking corporations, and they want little to no government regulation. So that means they want businesses to
you
just
mean
grow all they want, poison the fucking
Republicans
skies
want.
all they want,
You mean the
burn down
right?
whatever fucking tribe that lives there, that
That's
type of
what the
shit.
right wants. The
So
left.
why would I be a liberal? You know what I'm saying? Why would I be a lib?
Yeah, right. I think they both want that though.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that
Democrats
they
are
both
sneaky little
want that.
devils too. Because I'll tell you this about Democrats. Let's talk about Democrats. Democrats are sneaky little devils too. I voted for Joe Biden because I knew what the alternative was during COVID. I knew what Donald Trump was doing. Like this bull fucking was selling oil rigs when nobody was even drilling oil. Why the fuck would you sell fucking 16 oil rigs for $2 billion, bro? That's like fucking selling the whole fucking that's like selling the whole fucking chain of McDonald's and shit for like, for like fucking $1 billion. Like, it's worth more than that probably,
Over a
like
billion
over
served,
time,
bro.
yeah, exactly, right? So but you did it at a time where people weren't working. We needed to be able to drill oil. Gas prices were more fucking expensive, and like that was just one of the things. So I ended up voting for Joe Biden. Now, did I know that he was going to participate with Israel in a genocide? No. So that's when I was like, oh fuck, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want this to happen. But then at the same time, I look at his achievements. I have to look at things like I have to play devil's advocate with that shit, right? And the achievements are there, bro. When you guys were talking about the vets, I looked up what he did for the vets. He did a lot for the vets, bro. There's like 7 or 8 different things that he did for vets to make sure they had more health care. He didn't raise up their social security, but he did raise their VA, you know? He also did the CHIPS Act, which kind of like made it easier for us to build chips here in America instead of having to depend on Taiwan. You don't want us in other people's business, right? You don't want us. We could bring those kind of factories here because they're easier to bring here, not fucking car dealerships. Germany is not just going to give us their whole fucking trade of how to build Mercedes and just bring it here. They're not doing that, bro.
Right.
So to bring American factories back here and say you're gonna do all that? No, bro, you're not doing that shit. You know. So back to the
You don't
Democrats.
wait. You don't think Trump is
They.
gonna?
Oh, I don't think what.
You don't think Trump's gonna get American factories back here?
Well, yeah, but a lot of people are gonna fucking starve, and then he only has 4 years to bring American factories back here. Just economically speaking, it would take like up to 15 to 20 years plus, bro. So that means in that 15 to 20
Man,
years, we're gonna go through a recession, and fucking a lot of people are gonna be jobless, bro. And then on top of that, with all the other moves he's making, bro, like even immigration's a key part of it, but there's also a lot of other things like the tariffs, bro. Like he's even getting into it with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos loved that guy, but now Jeff Bezos is posting on the Amazon site that, look, hey, this is what it would have costed you, and here's the tariff that's on top of it and why it's costing you this much. Because he didn't like what Donald Trump was doing, because that's bad for Amazon, obviously. So he's not doing it for us. Jeff Bezos don't give a fuck about us. He gives a fuck about his business. And shit like this ruins a business like his, because he gets money off of selling products and being a middleman like Timu or anybody else. And when you start making things more expensive, oh, now you're poking the bear, the billionaire Jeff Bezos. You know, instead of paying his employees more money, he'd rather just buy a rocket and blast himself off into fucking space, bro. You know? So
yeah.
I don't believe that shit for a second, bro. That he's actually concerned. So you know what, the press secretary, she's such a kiss ass. She's like, oh, what Jeff Bezos is doing is just a political stunt. How's that a political stunt when he's letting his customers know the reason they're getting fucked? If anything, that's a good thing. Even though he's an asshole, it's still a good thing. You know?
Bezos, man.
And that's
I
the
don't know.
scope people should be
People
looking at
are
shit through. And then they'll realize who Donald Trump really is, bro. You know? But they're not looking it through that scope. They're looking at him like their favorite superhero or something, you know?
Yeah, bro. I'm so tossed with him, man. I'm so tossed with him. I really support the guy. I truly think he's funny as hell.
No, he is funny though. I will give him that, bro. That nigga is funny. Well, he doesn't pay his
Funny.
taxes. Well, that makes me smart.
Like, bro, when she said something, he's like, that's because if I was president, she'd be locked up. Bro, he said
Yeah.
a lot of funny shit, bro. He looked
Yeah,
at
because
Kamala,
that's what.
bro, he looked at Joe Biden a few times, like during the debate, the look on his
Yeah.
face, and bro.
And that's what I was telling my boy about too. I was like, that's why people like Donald Trump get elected, or people like Andrew Tate get followers, like all these like people, because it's a shock value, bro. That's what sells in America. Like people aren't educated enough, right? And then they go into the real world as adults, not having critical thinking skills, and they see somebody that they've never seen before acting like this, and the president, and he's saying all the things, right, that you kind of feel, or you kind of like, he's activating your hate a little bit, getting you going, right? You're like, yeah, well, I like this guy. Yeah, fuck the administration. But at the same time, he is the administration. So, yeah, exactly. So, so that's how you know at the end of the day, when you could realize like, oh, bro, this fool's activating people's hate. He's putting a battery in people's back, and that's how you get January 6th. That's how you get fucking people going to pizza parlors because they read that there's a Democratic pedophile ring where they're
There
drinking
was a
blood of children.
Democratic pedophile.
No, but look at the Pizzagate thing, though, bro. Look at wait before we get further into the Pizzagate thing. I'm saying this guy went to the wrong one, bro. Right? And he was going down the rabbit hole, and he went with the gun, bro, into a pizza parlor where there were children.
The wrong place. He just shot the wrong.
I'm just saying, bro. There's a lot of misinformation out there on both sides.
Right place, though, bro.
That make people do crazy things.
To John Podesta's brother's pizza shop, right? Shot it up, but that pizza shop had like 7 or 8 performers that were all known pedophiles.
Oh no, bro, because like I said, there's a lot of misinformation. Like I didn't even know this. I thought that picture was real. The guy that got sent to El Salvador, right, with the MS-13 tattoos. I knew that on paperwork though, he had no ties with them. If anything, him and his family were fleeing that part of their country. They were fleeing from that thing. Somebody really went out of their way, bro, to fucking Photoshop the MS-13 on that guy's knuckles, bro. And it had me for 2 days thinking it was real. It had me for 2 or 3 days thinking like, oh yeah, damn. So they got him then. But then no, actually that was Photoshop. They even confronted Donald Trump, and he's like, oh, Photoshopped? No, it was Photoshopped, bro. Because they have the real pictures of his hands. No MS-13 is present. You know?
I don't know. I don't know if
So
that's true or not.
I'm just saying, there's little shits like that happening right now, and it got people going and shooting up pizza parlors, thinking, you know what I'm saying? Instead of having critical thinking skills and being like, okay, if this was true, then why hasn't he gone after him? He's president. He's been president for 4 years. Why hasn't he sent the FBI after him all? Where's his evidence at? Oh, I got to go find it myself. That sounds like some Charlie Manson shit, bro. Where he's like, oh, there's gonna be a race war, and the only way we're gonna do it is if you guys got to go do this, man. You guys got to go do it right now. And then they go and do it, and they still don't fucking know why. So that's what I'm trying to say. And there's other people too, bro, that have like other movements, that have nothing to do with like, right or this or that, and they'll get other people to do stupid shit for them, bro. It's called manipulation of the masses. It even says in the Bible, bro, that's like one of the worst sins, manipulation of the masses. And you have to have like a responsibility with your voice, bro. Like people watch us too, but it's like 100 people, 300 people, right? But at the same
Right.
time, when you do get those millions of followers, there's going to have to be even more responsibilities within your responsibilities of your platform, because you don't know who's watching you, bro.
Yeah, dude, I've had to
That's
scale it back. Look, dude, from how I was doing it before, I know how this next path's about to go. I've had to scale back a lot of shit, bro. I'm like, man,
yeah.
I have to. I'm trying not to say fuck as much.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
no, yeah, but
trying.
the cuss words is one thing, bro, but like Andrew Tate, for instance, bro, he got these guys like paying him $5,000 to come meet him, and then he was, that shit was funny, bro. Did you see that Vice News interview? Yeah.
What?
Okay, so you got to watch this later, bro, whenever you have time. There's a Vice News interview on YouTube where they go and see Andrew Tate. And these people that were trying to be top G's, right? They paid this nigga $5,000 to come, and then only some people that paid him got chosen. So when they all got there, he's sitting there and he goes, "Welcome. Today, I have hired professional UFC fighters to fight all of you today. Whoever wants to fight, you can come with me. Whoever wants to stay has to write a letter of why they did want to fight, right?" And the people went in there and fought, and not one of them won, Tim.
What?
And there was beautiful women there and shit like that. Not one of those guys won. They didn't get no pee. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get no life training skills. They just got their ass beat and treated like some fucking fraternity fucking, you know what I'm saying? How you say it? Some fucking fraternity interns and shit, some interns for a fraternity,
What are they called? They're pledges or something?
Yeah, pledges. There you go. They were treating them like a bunch of pledges, and I'm just like, damn, bro, this guy's supposed to be representing the man, right? The strong man that's supposed to take care of his family and not be on no gay shit and do the right thing. No, you're not doing the right thing. You're setting these niggas up with fucking. Some of those guys could have got killed, bro. They're not UFC fighters, and you got them in there with trained professionals. Are you fucking crazy, bro?
Yeah. Nah, I agree that
You set those fools up, and you played on their insecurities and inadequacies, and you benefited financially from it. And that's what people like Donald Trump do.
I mean, it's not just Trump; it's everybody, bro.
Yeah. But at the same time, that right
Everybody
wing
keeps
shit,
putting this target on Trump.
because
And
he's the main man, right? You got to remember how many people voted for him, bro. So that means he has the biggest fucking following, bro, on fucking, you know what I'm saying, in America. So when people are fucking with these people, right, that are grifters and all that, like people like Wes Watson, people like Andrew Tate, you know what I'm saying, and they just grift, then fucking they're the people that are playing on people's hate, bro, and their inadequacies and insecurities, and they're using it as like they're no better. If anything, no, they're no better than those guys that tell you that they're talking to your dead relative and they know they're not, and they're benefiting from you financially. They're no better than those people when they're setting these guys up to like do some real crazy shit by not being responsible with their voices.
I mean,
Leadership. Oh, sorry.
I think it goes all both ways, man. Because Biden didn't really say shit.
Yeah, no, the Biden administration.
He never went to East Palestine after East Palestine happened. He never went to the people that were killed in Afghanistan. He never went to their funerals.
Yeah.
After his shitty withdrawal.
Yeah.
His speech at Maui was less than desirable. His son Hunter Biden was a disgrace. They found cocaine in the White House, and he with his dealings with China, Ukraine, etc., etc. As you said, his involvement with Israel. I think he was a crook, personally. Like, if you think Trump's bad, dude.
I think Joe Biden is a part of the establishment, and having the establishment run its normal way will make it easier for you to predict its moves, rather than having somebody like Donald Trump and being like, tariff this and kick people out the military and fire these branches, and it makes it harder for people to go in there and make a social security appointment that don't know how to reach these people. You know what I'm saying? Fire FFA directors. Biden wasn't doing that, bro. Biden wasn't doing that. He was doing things like the CHIP Acts and helping people in the VA. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not no big Biden supporter, but I put the facts out
I know,
there.
but I'm just saying, Biden was sniffing little kids. He was.
That was it. Oh my God. Okay, but Trump said he wanted to have sex with his daughter, bro. Donald Trump said he wanted to have sex with his daughter. He said perhaps if she wasn't, we'd be married. Or what do you and your daughter have in common? Oh, I was going to say sex, but like that's crazy, bro. That's unexcusable. You know what I'm saying?
This is unexcusable. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. This is unexcusable. Check this shit out, bro.
And then
this is
another thing about a Hunter Biden, right? What's a Hunter Biden to a Jared Kushner, though? What's $2 million to selling 16 oil rigs during the pandemic and profiting $2 billion off of it? And all of it came from the Saudis. I don't know, bro. $2 billion is a lot more than $2 million. And that nigga hasn't seen one day in court. Keeps avoiding court.
Here it is, bro. Check this shit out, bro. You telling me this motherfucker is even... I don't know how long I'll be able to watch this before I get pissed off. But this dude is fucked, dude. Look at this shit, dude. This is on national... Oh, hold on. You can't see it. This is on C-SPAN. The whole world can see it.
What, when he's sniffing the girl's head? You talking about that one?
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Yeah, I've seen that before, bro. Yeah, he sniffed the girl's. I don't think he sniffed her head. I think he really just gave her a kiss on the forehead.
You gotta look up
like 10 of them. Watch, dude. It's a whole
bunch.
Okay. Look what he does to this girl.
I'm gonna
Hold
zoom in
on.
real quick.
Watch.
Thank you.
Look.
Thank you.
Look. That's normal. Look how long that. Look at that poor girl's face, bro. She like what?
Yeah, but like I said though, I'm not no. Yeah, but like I said though, I'm not no Joe Biden fan. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump went into pageants, bro, and inspected Jeffrey Epstein.
He just kissed
Jeffrey
her.
Epstein. You know he has Epstein's airplane right now.
All right. Well, nice.
He was in it. He was in it, but he's not listed on Epstein Island.
He owns it. He bought it too. He bought Epstein's plane also.
You guys. Thank you. See you back home, I hope.
Look, he wanted that. Okay. Look, he's like still on it. Now watch this shit. Watch this one. Watch what he does to this poor girl, bro. Watch this shit. He yanks her ass right up, like, get your ass over here. Look, she had to literally stop herself from getting pulled over. Look.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She literally had to stop herself. Watch this shit.
Yeah.
I broke this shit down before. It was like, bro, this man should have never been president. This is when he was vice president.
Hey, could you do me a favor though after this? Could you pull up the I Love Tesla by Donald Trump? That shit is funny.
Yeah.
How do you doing?
That poor girl was like, what the fuck? And then the little boy, he wanted nothing to do with that little boy.
That one dude needs to get the fuck out the way.
That's her dad. He needs to get in the way instead. Watch. Then instead, he lets little creepy Joe watch. Look, he pulls her over. Look at that, bro.
Yeah.
Daddy
yanked her ass over here. Say, come here, girl. Now let me
reach it and repeat that, and not repeat it. We're just going to, hey, man, here we go.
You'll see Jeff Sessions.
Do you solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies?
Wait till you see Jeff Sessions.
That you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or
Watch what
purpose
he
of
does.
evasion,
Watch what he
that
does
you
with
will well and
the
faithfully
referees.
discharge the duties of the office upon which you're about to enter. So help you God. God love you. You're a lucky man. You're a lucky man.
Good.
He's having fun. Thank you, sir.
No serious kind of
Crazy.
That guy's just like,
Yeah, but Tim though, like I said, bro, I'm not no Biden supporter or anything. And like if he is weird like that, yeah, fucking lock him up. But at the same time, his rhetoric is not that of a Donald Trump rhetoric, bro. That's dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
and I can also give you. I'm gonna play one other video. Together, we all there. It's different. Do you see the corn pop video?
Oh no, I was gonna say put "I Love Tesla" by Donald Trump.
I'll be fair and put the Trump one on too.
Yeah, put the Tesla one on. That shit is fucking funny, bro.
Good. Hold on. He's doing that girl, bro. He's damn near gay immaculate, right?
Yeah, I seen this video. Yeah.
He grabs her like under her waist. His hand is up under her
Yeah,
thigh.
he's hella senile for that.
Dude.
Of course.
His
Yeah, that
hands
fool's
are
hella
big.
weird and senile for that shit.
Hi, Caroline. How are you?
That shit's weird, dude. And this is
Yeah.
like a giant ritual.
Yeah.
To say that this dude doesn't have.
But I don't think Joe Biden fucked over the country though, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, he definitely fucked. He wasn't even our president for a very long time.
I don't know. You can look at his achievements, bro, and even like inflation was on its way down because the way he had like the U.S. trade set up and everything. We were at like 1 point something, and the day Donald Trump got elected, bro, everything just went fucking up again, bro. The inflation jumped up to 2.2 within the first week. You know, so there's a lot of there's a lot of you have to you don't have to like somebody to not like recognize their accomplishments. Like I don't like LeBron, right? But I recognize his accomplishments, as a basketball player. You feel me? So it's like that. So you have to look at his accomplishments and really look deep into that shit. Look at the CHIPS Act.
Bro,
look at the
if he
VA
was
Act.
a basketball player,
You keep saying no, but I'm just saying, just be open-minded. Look into what he actually did. Just like I looked into what Trump actually did, right? Trump actually did do a couple good things. He didn't finish his fence, but he did a couple other good things. Like immigration was down. Immigration was down when he was in office. He didn't even deport as much people as Obama or Biden. Biden and Obama deported more people than he did.
He'd
but
be Greg Oden, bro, if he was.
So there was good things he did, and then there was another good thing he also did. He exploited the racism and bigotry in America. He exploited that shit, and he put it out there on full blast, like to show that you can do the same thing Epstein did. You can do the same thing Diddy did, right? But if you're Donald Trump, you're gonna get away with it.
Our difference, he did exploit it, but in the wrong fucking way, in the opposite way, and that's what the corn pop thing, dude. You want really, bro? You about to see?
Do you think if Obama had 34 counts of fucking fraud, bro, that he would be president of the United States right now? And he has hella fucking finesse, bro. But at the same time, do you think that he would be fucking free right now?
He should ever be president.
Do you think if Joe Biden had 34 counts that he'd be free right now? I don't think they would, bro.
Dude,
I think Donald Trump is the only man that can do that shit and not be in jail.
Hold on a minute. Obama did go to court, did have trials against him for doing cocaine and having homosexual acts. You do know that, right? And lying to the fucking feds. You do know that, right?
But like I can make a trial against anybody, right? And I can say it was.
Hold on. He was accused of possessing crack cocaine. The 3 people that were his accusers all ended up unalive.
Oh yeah, what year was that? That was before he was president. That was before he was president, though, right?
It was when he was the Chicago.
Because look, before Donald Trump was president, he did a bunch of racist, fucked up ass shit. But at the time when he became president, right, you had to kind of like not look past it, but you had to be like, okay, give this fool a chance because we did elect him, right? So that's just what it is, bro. Like. You have to see the good and the bad in people, bro. And there's a lot more bad in Donald Trump right now than there is good, bro.
racist. Hold on. Tell me this is not cherry picking ass racist shit right here.
Look, folks.
He is racist though,
I
bro.
want
I'm not surprised
kid.
about that.
You want to come up here and listen? Come on up here. Come up behind me.
I'm looking.
This isn't dividing the community. Look.
Because I'm not holding up between them and the pool, man. Come on.
Now
My
he's
name's
gonna
Joe
think
Biden.
we've
Vice
all
President
been
Biden. Everybody
like,
come on up and
this
stand
dude
with
has
me.
been raised in a fucking box.
Yeah, bro. You got to remember, he's from the Jim Crow
Look,
era,
folks.
bro. That's what we used to talk about. That
I
black
want
people
to
are
set the
super
record
predators.
straight in
Can't
a couple
imagine
things.
place.
He
You know?
calls them little.
I'll wait till everybody gets up here.
Hi.
You're on television, so be good.
He
Okay?
starts telling them about how they
You are.
could be
Yeah,
president
she
one day because
television
back when
camera.
he was younger.
Hi, Mommy.
He says that in this. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just going to watch and how he used
All right.
the black community.
Can everybody be quiet for just a minute? You're on TV, so you got to be quiet a little bit. Folks, look, I've received, because of the people of the state of Delaware, I've received an awful lot of wonderful honors all my career. The greatest honor was serving you for so long. But this does mean more to me than anything that's happened. My daughter Ashley's with me. My daughter Ashley got her first job down here at Kingswood out of school. She's a social worker. Bo is associated here. Anyway, the point I want to make is,
by the way, Bo, who ended up getting unalived, Ashley was her husband, his wife, ended up being the chick that was in Hunter Biden's laptop smoking crack with it.
By the way, everybody listen.
With
Okay,
Biden's piece, I saw all the shit, dude, because it was on the dark web back in the day, dude. It's known news anyways. I mean, it's not like I'm telling you something you don't already know. But you do know that, right? You do know that Ashley and Bo were, you know who they were?
Ashley and Bo?
Yeah. Ashley, like I said, Bo was Biden was Hunter's
from The Walking Dead. From the
Bo Biden was Hunter Biden's brother who died overseas.
Yeah.
And his wife was Ashley, who ended up with Hunter Biden smoking crack on camera with which would be his deceased brother's daughter in the picture.
Yeah, I seen that video too. Look, Hunter Biden going out there and smoking crack, right? Doing deals with the fucking Ukrainians, all this shit. If he did all that, he should go to jail. And you know what? He actually did go to court. You know who didn't go to court for most of their crimes and shit?
What happened though? Remember, Biden said he wasn't going to pardon them.
Like, since we're talking about the children of the president, right? Do you know what Jared Kushner did?
But that's not
fucking more damage. Way more damage than a Hunter Biden fucking dick pic could ever do. Bro. So that's just where I'm at with it. Hunter Biden should go to jail. No, look, I'm agreeing with you. Hunter Biden should go to jail. If he did any crime, he should go to jail. But let's keep that fucking same energy with everybody, bro.
I think that Hunter Biden got pardoned by his dad when he said
he did. No. Actually, he didn't. But you know who Joe Biden did pardon? The Trump family.
No, he pardoned Fauci. He pardoned his own family.
You know, he pardoned the Trump family members, but he didn't pardon Trump. He said that Trump deserved his due process, but let me see who he pardoned. Matter of fact, 'cause I'm pretty sure he pardoned people from Trump's administration. Biden's pardons.
Yeah, Biden
pardoned.
Biden pardoned fucking Fauci. He pardoned fucking Moderna. He pardoned fucking a whole bunch of fucking pedos. He pardoned his whole entire family, Jill.
He pardoned a bunch of minors too for crimes they committed. He pardoned 346 pardons for federal crimes, 251 pardons for military offenses, 150 pardons for crimes committed by minors, 101 pardons for white collar crimes, 45 pardons only for sex crimes, 25 pardons for violent crimes. Notable receptions. Biden's pardons have included family members, his brother James and Frank, sister Valerie Biden Owens, and their spouses.
high-profile figures like Dr. Anthony Fauci, former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, members of the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th U.S. Capitol attack. Hold on, let me get more into it. Motivation Capitol attack. Right here. Promote justice reform, protect allies. They're just telling you why they pardoned the January 6th committee. It's nothing worth that Donald Trump has questions of the validity of Biden's pardons, claiming that they were signed with a auto pin. That's hella funny how he said that. Bro, like when you have to sign these pardons, right? There's literally fucking thousands of fucking pieces of paper that you have to sign. So do you think a person, any person is gonna sit there and sign their signature over like 20,000 times, bro? And you have to keep every single paper? No, bro, they got auto pins. So when they print them out, they're automatically signed. And Donald Trump has also used auto pen. So it's like for him to even say some shit like that, that's crazy.
But Biden just people that are
Look,
known
the
for
Biden administration was good. Biden as a person, bad. But the Biden administration, like from what I see right here, like they did a couple of good things. I even looked up what Donald Trump did that was good. Wow, it's like Donald Trump achievements. Let's see, you know? But do me a favor real quick so we can laugh. Put I love Tesla, Donald Trump into YouTube.
YouTube? I
Yeah.
got you. I love Tesla. Got you.
Yeah. It's fucking funny. Because it's just showing how he used to talk shit on electric cars, and then it's hella funny, bro. That nigga's funny, dude. That's one thing I will give him. He is hilarious.
He's hilarious, dude. Trump.
He's fucking stupid.
I love.
He needs to chill out on the fascist shit, you know? Chill out, Donald. Then people would like you again. You know?
Yeah.
People like you again if you just chill the fuck out, bro, you know?
Here we go.
Yeah, you hear me, Donald Trump? If you're watching this right now, bro, people would like you more if you just chill the fuck out, dude. Like, you know, with all the just chill out, dude. You find it?
I have to replay it again.
Enough electricity. What do you think of an electric car?
You're fucking mad.
So here's the problem with an electric car. They don't go far. They cost a fortune. So you're in the middle of the desert. You say, you know, we're running low on electric. Do they have a charger? They don't work in the cold and they don't go
Oh,
far.
wait, that's not the right one.
We have an electric car. We don't have enough electricity. What do you think of an electric car? This is beautiful. Whoa.
That's just like a little, you know. But there's one where they're like, where he's talking, and every time he says something about cars, he goes, "I love Tesla." You know.
Here.
Well, I have a round table to make in a little while. I just consider this much more important because I want to buy one of these. You look at what I've said over the last 10 years. Trump has been right in all the time.
I'm gonna try to search it real quick.
Trump has been right.
That is
I
the
love how he
coolest
talks in
design.
third person.
The
dude.
people that aren't citizens of our country, but they're people, just like you. I think we ought to get them all out of the country. They're
I'm sorry.
troublemakers. They're agitators.
I fuck with him. Joe
They don't
Biden
love
is
our country. We ought to
Where
get
is
them
it
the hell
at,
out.
though?
What kind of truck would Blade Runner drive?
No, there's one that's even fucking fun here, man. I'm telling you.
It's really amazing. I love Tesla.
There it is. I love Tesla. There's your.
But there's one that's even better, bro. Where he's like, he goes, "Yeah, good luck going in your electric car that only goes 45 miles," and then it goes back to him. "I love Tesla." He goes, "Yeah, you know, we're gonna get rid of all these electric cars. You know, all these liberals with their electric cars," and then it goes back to him. "I love Tesla."
Let's do a little bit of trolling.
Yeah, so it was just hella fucking funny.
Straight up trolling, bro, at its best, dude.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious.
Bro, I think Trump's a great troller. When he
Yeah.
talked about Marco Rubio's hands, when he talked about George Bush's, when he talked about how his dad,
Man, remember when
9/11, bro, there was some bangers from him. Dude.
I remember when Chris Kuma was getting on Ted Cruz just for what Donald Trump said to him. He goes, "What? Why you don't want to talk about Donald Trump, bro? Are you scared? Why are you backing him up so much? You know, this is the guy that said you were a loser, bro. This is the guy that called your wife ugly, bro."
Yeah. And Trump goes.
He goes, yeah. He's like, "So why you even, bro? You call my wife ugly or any of that shit, bro? Like, we're not friends, you know what I'm saying?" Like, it's like, no.
when like
The
Kamala
Talladega Nights,
talking
right? Where he goes, you know what this means? We cannot be friends anymore. Damn. He goes, why? Because you're ruining my life.
What about when Kamala was like, and he likes to have sex with porn stars in the debate?
He did,
and he's
though.
like, it was like $1 million, bro. He's like, hey, what do you want from me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, yo, what the fuck? It was so fucking funny, bro. Like that shit was.
Yeah, that is crazy though how he talks about like we're gonna bring back that nuclear family and this and that, and it's just like, bro, no, you're not, dude. You don't care about the nuclear family. You literally
I
had
don't
sex with
think
a
that
porn
shit-
star
yeah,
when
he's
your
not
wife was
caring about
pregnant. Your wife was pregnant and you had sex with a porn star. Like in one person's aspect, that it sounds like baller shit, but then another aspect, it's like, damn, you're trying to be president of the United States, bro, and then you're representing like hella people, little kids look
But
up to you.
Obama
And
said the same
you're doing
shit though, and he
no,
destroyed.
Obama experimented with drugs and fucking in college and all that shit. But at the same time, Obama, bro, he fucking he's a part of the administration. To me, he's no better than Bush. He's a black George Bush to me, bro. You know,
Yeah,
and a little bit.
that's,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
pretty much what I mean. Pretty much, he is. He's a deep
Like,
state fucking cuck, just like they're friends. The Obamas and the Bushes were friends. They
yeah.
nailed that. I can
But the thing about Obama though that I will give him that I think that when it comes to this whole thing, he has played his cards right through this whole fucking thing, bro. Like he had that nigga next to him kissing his ass, bro. So that means Obama must have game. You know what I'm saying? He must be like, if you got Donald Trump that straight up hates you, bro, asking you for advice, sit next to you at that funeral he was at, talking to you like they're all cool. Somehow that
I
fucking
think they were all cool behind closed doors, anyways, bro. I think it's
yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, like I think Obama, bro, like his political power, bro, it is fucking crazy. People respect that guy, because he could articulate himself.
I think a lot of people did respect him, but I think he lost a lot of respect.
He got Osama, bro. He got Osama bin Laden, bro. He died like a dog.
That was even sketchy, though. He got Osama, but we never seen the body, bro. That's just bullshit.
He was crying. You could hear him crying. He died like a dog.
Yeah, that was the Soleimani dude. That's how you know they murked him. Trump just straight described it. Bro, where the fuck did Osama's fucking body go? Oh, we buried him at sea to give him a proper Islamic burial. Yeah, fuck yourself. No, you didn't. You fucking found the most wanted man in the world ever in U.S. history, and you dumped him at sea to give him a private burial? Get the fuck
I think,
out
well, that's what they did with Gaddafi, too. They did the same thing with Gaddafi. You know who Gaddafi is?
Everybody can spit on him.
They did the same thing to Gaddafi, though. They did the same thing to Gaddafi. They beat his ass in public, fucking shot him. He died with a gunshot wound to the chest. And then they still had respect for him after that. After all the fucked up shit he did, right? You know what they did? They gave him a proper Muslim burial. So it's kind of like this, bro. If our fucking soldiers, right, are getting killed across there, you know what I'm saying? And even if they were like a high profile considered terrorist to another country, right, that we're in, that other country would probably give up the body to us and be like, here, bury your soldier, because that's the rules of war. If you break the rules of war, that kind of like, that kind of social fucking, I don't know how to fucking describe it right now because I'm high, but that's a moral within the laws of war, right? That you don't do. You're supposed, people get blown up, of course, and there are people that don't make it back. But at the end of the day, most soldiers, bro, that do get killed at war, they make it back home, bro, because not just because we found them, but also because the enemy will let us pick up our dead, and we'll do the same for them. So us dumping them off at sea, I feel you, because it's like, damn, because now we don't know where that nigga's at. Like, we don't know if we really got him. It leaves a lot of questions unanswered. But listening to those Navy SEALs, bro, and listening to all those people that were actually in Iraq,
do know that they
we were fucking Iraq up.
Dumped one of the helicopters and blew up, and it killed a gang of motherfuckers on their way back.
Yeah,
you know that too, right?
Yeah.
Right in the mountains. So, like, bro, there's a lot of sketchy shit.
Because you got to realize, even after Osama bin Laden died, that war went on for like all the way till fucking past Trump's presidency, bro, all the way into Biden's presidency.
you got with Hillary, it was Hillary and Obama that went in and killed Gaddafi and disabled the middle and helped
same thing with Saddam
destabilize the Middle
Hussein.
East.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same thing with
and
Saddam
that was
Hussein too.
Bush. And that was Bush. They did the same thing.
Yeah, because that's what we do. We throw coups in other countries, bro. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think we meddle in just about everybody's fucking election.
I just think America is the best fucking poker / chess fucking playing fucking country in the world, bro. But with this whole, I don't know, bro. Since the Biden Trump era of presidencies, it's been shitty, bro. Like it's been fucking crazy, bro. Like people look at politics like it's a football game no more. They don't take it seriously. Like back in the day, like the Bush era, the Obama era. If you were into politics, you kind of like remember we consider somebody like that like. Okay, he knows about some shit a little bit. But he's like he reads the newspaper, bro. He's kind of a nerd, you know. Like that's what it was. Like I used to, dibble and dabble in politics. I was taught about the importance of my vote and the Constitution, and that was pretty much it. I didn't get into it until this fucker came in office, bro, because like I was like, damn, bro, this guy's kind of like not taking the seriousness, bro, of being the president of the most hated one of the most hated countries in the world, bro, and most powerful at the same time.
For me,
you have
it
to
was
keep the temperament.
9/11, bro. After 9/11 hit, I learned about George Bush. Oh, actually, it was after Katrina.
I was in 6th grade when that happened, bro.
To be 1,000%, it was Katrina, and then 9/11. Those two incidences really got me questioning shit. Of course, you had the Clintons with Lewinsky, and then you've got the cocaine and all that type of shit, which we also learned that back in the day. So like, Clinton did his shit. You had Bush did his shit. Obama did his shit. Trump, I still have yet to see, other than banging some porn stars and some little petty shit here and there. I've yet to really. I don't know what his thing's gonna be. Oh,
well, his get down is fraud. His get down is fraud, and he doesn't realize my bad.
The lockdown shit. He did come up with Project Warp Speed. That's something I'm not very proud of at all.
Well, yeah. No, but at the same time, bro, like that's one of the only things you should be proud of because that thing helped people save millions of lives.
I knew you would like
it helped people save millions of lives, bro.
I didn't though. It killed people, bro.
No, dude. The vaccine, the disease killed people and people that were, susceptible to certain things that the vaccine offered. Yeah, maybe. But
I think that, and we gotta steer away from this, but I think that what killed the people were being stuck at home, were being left alone, which caused mental health, which caused many problems throughout our country. I don't think it was the sickness. The sickness was being told that they're sick.
Well,
old enough, if you wake up every day and you see something all day, you are going to be. Now, me, I broke that spell. I never got it. I never got sick.
Yeah.
I never got nothing. I know other people who watched the shit, who paid attention to it. They got it 4, 5, 6, 7 times. They were always fine, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But not everybody's fine though. That's the thing.
Control, dude. You want to talk about corporations and all that? That's what that was. All the small businesses got shut the fuck down. The people that stayed open were the Walmarts, were the Krogers, all the big brands. But the local Italian market down the street, nope, you can't. You're not essential. So it was a corporation takeover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, to say that the people staying inside, right, and all that made people die more. That makes sense in a way. But then at the same time, the governor of Florida that decided to keep the state open, his state had some of the most deaths and the fastest deaths. The rate.
I don't believe
and that was an actual but it was an actual thing. Because it's like this, bro. It's like, okay, if it's flu season, right? And half the city, half the state decides not to get vaccinated, right? And that's just for flu. That's just for flu, right? Or say it's for half the city decides not to take anything for their sickness. No Tylenol, no Mucinex, nothing that would help with the symptoms to prevent you from like sneezing everywhere and shit, getting it all over. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. If you're not taking any of that shit, you're telling me that the people that are on the other side are gonna be more sick than you are?
Yes. Listen to me, dude. Do you understand how crazy this whole no. Dog. They told you, listen to me. They told you to put something over your face that you breathe into that is actually worse for your lungs than it is to not
Yeah,
have it.
yeah, no, that part was
Okay,
wrong.
they
Yeah, that
made
part
you
was wrong.
hold on. They put the fear to the fact that the children and families, some families even separated completely from each other.
Yeah.
Okay. The elderly died in the nursing homes alone. Okay. Children didn't go to school. It was nothing but fear mandering to a point where I can tell you as experience, my friend personally, they made it sound like the hospitals were overcrowded, that there was no help, and people were just, unalive. And the truth of the matter is, it was the total opposite.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But
my
there's like
buddy Mike, he fucking passed away at home.
yeah, my neighbor right here across the street passed away, man. I seen the ambulance take him, bro, and he didn't come back. But he was in his 60s, and he had underlying conditions too. But then there'll be people that say, "Well, he didn't die from COVID. He died from a heart attack." Yeah, but his heart was just fine. He was taking his
No, he
medicine,
died from a heart
and then
attack.
COVID came along and helped him. It's kind of like if I get if I get ammonia, right? If I get ammonia in my lungs, right, and I'm hella sick, right?
Yeah, but
And
hold on.
I
I'm
already
still gonna
and,
make my point about my friend,
and
dude. My
okay.
friend literally unalived himself and or died at home from a kidney infection because he was fear of going and did not want to go to the hospital. So
Yeah.
if that is somebody who's my age, right? If he did that, imagine how many other people did that. I know somebody
Of course, yeah.
close to me who had their child at home because they didn't want to
Yeah.
be it, because there was many kids that were getting taken from their parents, didn't even get to see their parents. Okay, quarantining kids, elderly dying alone, dude. Cuomo getting charged with actually murder for putting these
Yeah.
people on boats and fucking unaliving them, bro. Bro, what the fuck you mean? It was the
But
biggest.
see, but look at this is what Donald Trump did that was good though, bro. Because when the vaccine came out in 2022, look at these were the deaths every day from COVID, bro. In 2020 from COVID,
I
right?
can't talk
It was
about
three.
this topic. This
It
is
was
just a dead topic.
384,000, and in 2021 it was 462,000. Then in 2022 it went back down to
Dude, let's skip this
24,000,
topic, bro.
and then
Let's
Donald
skip
Trump
this
did
topic.
the Operation Warp Speed, right? And
No,
now
we
the
gotta
numbers
skip this
indicate.
topic. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah,
it'll
okay.
get me in trouble. YouTube doesn't like you talking.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I fucking hella forgot, bro. My bad. I hella forgot we can't be talking
That's
about
why I was
fucking.
trying my best to kind of talk
Yeah,
around.
my bad. But yeah, but we could talk about like what the administration did, and I can tell you though that Donald Trump when it came to that, that's something he did that was good. But then now Biden, his achievements they vary. Their Trump's are minuscule compared to his, bro. Like as far as when you compare them both on paper, if you were to not just put their names right, and if I were to just put their things on paper and show somebody right, then and you were to read them to yourself, you'd be like, okay, that's cool,
Dude, you do realize that Biden didn't even finish out his presidency, right? You do realize that he wasn't even able to be a president for like a year or two, right? You do realize.
Let me see.
How the fuck could you even say a man who couldn't even get out of his basement could be a better? That's like fucking insanity. That look, bro, he was a dead man walking. He was. There was nothing about that man that was fucking special at all. He had a shitty dog. His dog was the biggest piece of
he had a shitty dog.
That piece of shit mutt. He had a shithole dog. He had a shithole son named Hunter. He had a whore of a fucking daughter-in-law. He had a fucking crackhead son who left cocaine in the White House. Like, dude, if Donald Trump Jr. left cocaine in the White House, you liberals.
Okay, so he did finish his presidency.
What he fizzing in their fucking pants, dude.
He did finish his presidency.
Bro.
Look at he did finish his presidency, right? But he did suspend his re-election And
Bro,
that's
that
why people.
motherfucker sat in a basement for the last year of his fucking presidency. He didn't finish shit. He never was president. He disappeared, dude. He was gone. Bye. No more.
Some of his work, like reforms and public lands and conservation efforts, will leave a lasting impact.
Nah, bro. Nah. As a matter of fact, let's look at this shit. This shit will be hilarious. This will be funny for both of us, to be honest. It's actually kind of sad what they did to him, to be honest. But
what the hat thing?
Nah.
Where that guy was fucking with Joe Biden with the hat.
That's funny too. Nah, that's funny too. That's real funny too. Nah, this shit right here.
But it just showed how Joe Biden really doesn't care about that shit. You know, he was acting like he cared and he didn't care. But at the end of the day, I just knew. But he was still, he was still the better choice. He was still the better choice. I regret my vote. I regret my vote, but then I wouldn't regret it as much as not voting during that time, or even voting for Donald Trump. I would regret that way more. You know, what Kamala was offering, I wanted. You know, because I wanted childcare for all. The $50,000 for fucking to start your small business, that's way more because Donald Trump said nothing. You know, I want a small business loan. You know,
and please
imagine $50,000 to me to have a dope ass studio.
Trump.
Oh fuck yeah! This is fucking fun.
Elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person.
Yeah, he lost so much focus that night. That was the most horrible debate ever. I was like, Joe Biden, you fucking fumbled the ball through an interception.
Everything we have to do with
your helmet fell off.
We finally beat Medicare. I went to the World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker.
This is what he did last time.
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them. Both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior.
Trump's trolling him in this golf game. Look at the look on his face. Is that even him? That looks like a fuck. That doesn't.
No, he's trying not to laugh so hard because, those golf tournaments, bro. We could both agree them golf tournaments is fucking set the fuck up, bro. You are not beating Tiger Woods, fool. You are not keeping up with Tiger Woods, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing all that, nigga. Fucking flaxseed, bro. For no reason.
Bro, Trump can
no, bro. Maybe back in the day, but bro, there's hella videos of him shanking it too, though. There's hella videos of him shanking it, and he can never play in a. But he can never play in a non-Mar-a-Lago tournament. He can never go sign up. I used to work at Pebble Beach where they do the U.S. Open at. He would never be able to go play there unless it was a celebrity match or something. And even then, he probably wouldn't win because Pebble Beach don't play that shit. They won't let you just come over.
To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. And by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf with you if you carry your own bag. The crimes you are still charged with, and think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Yeah, he got him though on that one.
World War III, and he's driving us there. And Kim Jong-un and
he got him on that one though.
Of China, Kim Jong-un of North
Korea.
Got
some old man yelling at you, telling you had sex with a porn star while your wife was pregnant. What's wrong with you, buddy?
They have nothing going with this gentleman, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
World War III.
You want a World War III? Let him follow and win, and let Putin say, "Do what you want, NATO."
The whole country is exploding because of you. Because they don't respect you, and they have to respect their president, and they don't respect you throughout the world.
See, but the thing is, bro, our country is already exploding. Whether he's a president or Biden's a president, our country was both exploding no matter what, because people are fucking capitalizing on people's hate, bro. Just for a dollar bill and profit, you know? and they both are victims of it. So I just want people to keep the same energy with both of them. That's all I ask for. Like, okay, Hunter
Bro,
Biden,
it's not
yes.
even
I'm over here
close.
like, hey, I'm over here like, lock that nigga up then.
Hey,
Lock that nigga
bro,
up. But hey, look at what Jared Kushner did during the pandemic. Fucked us over out of 16 American-owned oil rigs. So that means we have
can't
oil
use
rigs
the word
that are
energy,
American-owned, bro,
bro.
that Jared Kushner
No,
sold during COVID.
nah, you can't use the word energy, bro, because that nigga got no energy, bro. He got
Energy
none, bro.
dependence.
His
He's energy
was dead.
independent.
He
Hey,
was
Biden
dead.
is energy independent, okay?
Dead, bro. He was a
He's
dead
an
man
energy,
walking,
hey, he's an
bro.
energy independent DEI hire.
Energy independent. Yeah, damn right. Energy dependent.
He's an energy independent DEI hire.
He had zero, dude. Fuck. That guy was dead to me, bro. I listen, man.
Hey, no, it was funny though, because it seemed like somebody's grandpa like yelling at their old ass fucking like grandson, like the grandpa's 90, but then the grandson's like, in his 60s over here, like, hey, what the fuck's wrong with you? You're in your 60s having sex with a porn star while your wife's pregnant? What's wrong with you, bro? Like it's like something like that, like that was funny, bro. It's like seemed like an old man kind of like just talking down with that voice, like, here we are,
Candy,
having
do
sex
you
with
want to
porn
pop
stars.
in? Do you want to pop in and smoke with us and end the show off with us?
Don't
You
yell at
can.
me, Candy. Don't be yelling at me now, Candy. I'll yell back tonight because I'm smoking that loud. I'll yell back tonight because I'm smoking that loud.
She loves you now. Dude, the whole
Yeah, but I'm
chat.
just saying, keep the same energy, bro, because, like, let's talk about Jared Kushner since we've been talking about Biden this whole time. Let's talk about this fool.
That's cool because I don't like that Jew. So,
Yeah.
let's go.
So, they're all tripping, but Jared Kushner has not seen fucking one day in court. He won't even show up. He's pretty much evading shit. And knowing that we wanted to ask the everybody in the government, like the fucking Congress, Republicans and Democrats alike, right? Non-biased, wanted to talk to this man. Doesn't show up for no courts, bro. And this fool made $2 billion. His law firm, right, which he uses money to launder through. He did that when he sold those 16 oil rigs. His money law firm, the law firm inherited $2 billion, and more than 80% of that being from Saudi Arabia. So pretty much, he was selling oil rigs in a time where we really needed to drill oil, bro.
Well,
So I feel like, and then that was during
about
COVID, and that was like one of the worst economic times, you know what I'm saying, for us all, was during COVID. So he waited till that time to do some shit like that. So I think that's way more crazier
that's
than
still little shit, bro. Jared Kushner.
No, it's not. You think that's little shit, bro?
That's nothing compared. He's done worse.
He also wanted to turn Gaza into a resort. He also wanted to turn Gaza into a resort.
Worse. Jared Kushner's
He
done
goes,
worse.
I would just get everybody out of there and look that one up. Look up Jared Kushner.
That shit, bro.
Yeah, that's fucked up, right?
But what I'm
like
saying
he was
is
like,
Kushner has done worse shit than what you're saying. Like,
oh yeah. What about?
Well, hold on, bro. He, as well as the Clintons, as well as the Bidens, were getting funded and paid by Soros. He a property in Manhattan that was paid and bought for by
666, the building 666.
The shit I'm talking about. He's a fuck. I'm not gonna sit there and like.
So why isn't he going to court? And why are they tripping off the stupid ass petty $2 million that Hunter Biden got? Lock him up, right? Lock him motherfucker up. But at the same time, it's like, why hasn't this motherfucker seen a day in court? That's just hella weird to me. Like he's evaded it more than Trump has, bro. Like that's crazy.
I have to look more into him as far as crimes go.
He gets away with his crimes because he launders money and then he gets pardoned.
And that's not Trump's kid though, bro. That's just his fucking son-in-law, bro.
And then he took Trump's method too. Also, sue the shit out of people, bro. Sue the shit out of people. That way they can never lock you up. And that's all he does, bro. He sues people. He literally owns a law firm. A law firm that has $2 billion invested in it. You're not fucking with that law firm. Sorry,
but that's
you better be fucking Disney. Trying to go get this motherfucker,
Yeah. You better be fucking. Listen, man, they all fuck with the same people, dude. Alan Dershowitz, he was Trump's lawyer, and he was.
But I'm just wondering,
lawyer, dude. You know what I'm saying? So like, They're all
It
in
just
the
goes
same
to show though how
dude.
stupidity you could always bet on it, because if that fool didn't have like a fucking sex video and there's only like the $2 million, like if the laptop never popped up, right? And there was only the accusations of the $2 million, I feel like Hunter Biden would still be in fucking court and Jared Kushner still wouldn't go to court. You know? Just because
No,
the obsession, how we
Hunter
capitalize,
Biden,
like how people
Hunter got
capitalize, right?
pardoned.
And
Hunter
they'll
got
make them
pardoned.
hate a person.
Hunter got pardoned. He didn't have to pay for nothing.
Who?
Hunter, he didn't have to pay
Yeah,
for
but he
nothing.
went to court though. He went to
He got
court though.
caught
And
with guns.
but hey, but my thing is though, he went to court, bro, and somebody showed a dick pic of him, which had nothing to do.
With children. He got caught with all types of shit, bro. And
Let me see. Hold on.
Not to mention his Ukraine deal. Not to mention the millions and millions of dollars he got from China. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Corrupt ass Hunter Biden.
What's millions to billions? That fool never hit the B though. He never hit the B. We have it the Michael Jordan versus LeBron now. He never hit the B.
But your boy Joe said Hunter Biden's the smartest person he knows, bro. That's what he said, bro. It's facts.
Let me see real quick. There's allegations and investigations into Biden's actions, but I couldn't find any credible sources confirming the possession or distribution of child pornography. A laptop repair shop owner accused Hunter Biden of possessing and distributing the child pornography, but the claims have not been sustained. Hunter Biden has faced scrutiny in business dealings and a personal life, but without concrete evidence, it's difficult to confirm a specific allegation. So you could be onto something, but at the same time, in the whole general of things, there's not enough fucking evidence. And that's the reason Jared Kushner and all them always win, because they destroy evidence and they sue the fuck out of people before they
Cocaine was
get sued.
found under a rug in the White House being stored.
Yeah, the cocaine, that was crazy. Whose cocaine was that? Did you see the video of Donald Trump's kid doing this? Did you see the one of Donald Trump Jr. doing this with his pocket? Going like this, he was gumming some cocaine. You could put that one in right now. That fool was gumming some shit for sure, bro. It was hella funny. It was he goes in his pocket like this, and he looks around, and then he goes in his pocket again, and he pulls that out, and he goes like this, bro. All in his gum.
Dude, that's kind of funny.
In public. And I'm just like, damn, if that was Hunter Biden doing that right now, they'd arrest him right there on the motherfucking stage. You know? And that's what I'm trying to say is keep the same energy, bro, for everybody. Right?
I am.
I'm
about to show you how much shit was found in the White House while Biden was president.
But I see, that's what I'm trying to say. We're just like looking up Biden shit, bro. Like,
but there's not
saying,
been drugs found in the White House when Trump was president. That's what you're not understanding.
The cocaine in the White House has nothing to do with passing legislation that could like.
You ready? Hold on.
Yeah.
It's not once, it's not twice, bro. It's 3 fucking times at least since 2020.
That is a good question.
Dude, how the fuck you gonna find drugs in our White House 3 fucking times?
A year.
Dude, you telling me the most solidified? Look, bro, I'm about to show you the article. That way you can see. Like, I look at this
find
shit.
Drugs.
No, I got it. It's already up. Hit the screen.
I'm looking. I can't see it right now. It's just
drugs have been found at the White House 3 times since 2022. This is from the UK Daily Mail. Secret Service confirms marijuana was also discovered during the Biden administration, sparking more questions about security. Marijuana was found by the Secret Service at the White House twice in 2022. Lawmakers were told about the pot during Thursday's cocaine briefing. Earlier, the Secret Service said cocaine investigation was closed. They had found the cocaine under a fucking rug in the White House.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, they're saying they don't keep a public record of that, but they do have, you know, they do track that shit. So I guess drugs are always found over there because of, you know, the tours and all that shit. So they're always finding drugs.
But see, the thing is that was what they tried to do.
It's not reported unless you're gonna, you know, it's kind of like that. That's like a media thing. Like if you find some drugs at the White House and you want to like really get some fucking money, all you gotta do is take a picture with your phone and be like, "Hey, bro, look at this," you know, and sell it to Fox. And if it's a particular person's in office, you could just make them look like shit because it's media, you know, because it's saying right here that you know, because of the tours, people fucking bring in, you know, weed, you know, and people.
That's a liberal cuck
But
fucking.
at the same time, they're saying
the truth is, read the whole fucking thing, dude. Read the whole thing. They found it under a rug in the right wing office that the
I can't see it right now. I can't see what you're putting up. It's not showing on my side.
Yeah. I took it down.
Oh, okay. But
I took it down.
yeah.
But
Well, no, I was reading right here, and I guess drugs do get found, but it's just like, you know, it's not publicly tracked. They're not gonna see that.
Hold on. The cocaine was found under a rug in the West Wing where nobody. It says it right here.
Where nobody else is supposed to be.
There was drugs found also in an abandoned West Wing.
Hey, what date was that? What date was that? Because I want to see who else was there. It was 2022. It says right there, right?
There was under 2 ounces of weed found. Okay.
In 2022.
Yep. Did we ever hear about any of that? No. Until fucking this.
Yeah.
So here's the White House right here, right? Here's the White House.
And that's where it was found, way in the back. One of them senators or some shit has some cocaine.
Hold on. Here's the West Wing, right? There's the West Wing.
Yeah.
You see it, right? Here's the West Wing. That's not where they do the tours, dude. That's where they do the briefing. This is the Oval Office. This is the Roosevelt. This is not where they do the fucking tours, okay? They don't take you to the Oval Office, bro. Okay? That's not the tour area. So if that was the case, up here is the first location is where they're going to take you on the tour. Map room, the Vernal room, the diplomatic reception room, all that shit. That's where you go get the tour, bro.
It was discovered in a storage locker near an entrance of the West Ring, highly trafficked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Secret Service launched an investigation renewing surveillance footage and narrowing down a list of potential suspects to around 500 people who may have left the cocaine. However, no forensic evidence was found, and the investigation was closed after 11 days without identifying a subject. There are reports of DNA material found in the cocaine packaging, which yielded a partial hit indicating a possible DNA match known with an individual with ties to the White House. However, this lead was not pursued further. Former President Donald Trump accused President Joe Biden or his son Hunter Biden of potentially being the source of cocaine, but there's no concrete evidence to support these claims. Outcome: the investigation was closed without any charges or arrests, sparking criticism from Republicans who will argue that Biden administration may have covered up the incident. Yeah, 500 people. You know.
Yeah,
it's a highly trafficked area.
Keep it 100, bro.
I mean, I'll keep it 100. If they covered it up, right? But at the same time, okay. But if they'll let Hunter Biden get away with it, they'll probably let a lot of other people get away with it. You got to remember, brother, hella lenient about stupid ass shit like that. Like Joe Biden, his administration.
But would they
like, you know, oh, you were doing cocaine? Are you okay? You could keep your job. We're just gonna take you to a rehab. You know. Like and make sure that you're good, because that's what good jobs do, you know. But it doesn't, you know, you don't want to do that in the fucking White House, bro. There's levels to this shit. If you're working in the White House, you bring cocaine in the fucking White House, get the fuck out, bro. We're not doing that here. You know, you do that, you don't go here no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't fucking Harvard, bro, where you could just have a fucking little bag of cocaine that you bumping all day or some shit. No, you know. This is motherfucking the White House. So, like I said, I keep the same energy with everybody, Tim. You know, and I feel like with the level that Jared Kushner did and the level of negligence that Donald Trump had during that time was just like so fucking catastrophic to the mentality of people, bro. That now it's like people can agree on basic facts.
I don't think nobody gives a shit about Kushner though. That's where it's like fuck.
Nobody cares about Kushner because he's a sneaky snake, and nobody's paying attention enough.
Very little influence though on people, bro.
And like, you know, we're talking about sons and shit and their kids, and they're talking about the Biden crime family. I'm like, bro, the Trump crime family is crazy, dude. They've
But
been fucking getting away with hella crazy shit.
His kids are good kids. Fucking Eric
No,
and
no, I'm not talking about the little one that looks like his mom. I'm talking about fucking Donald Trump Jr. and Jared Kushner, and Ivanka's a little fucking. She might be a baddie and everything, but she's not fucking. She's not nice at all, bro.
She's a cunt, dude. I don't
Yeah.
know too much, but I have, I know enough about Ivanka to know that she was at the World Economic Forum, so I can go ahead and I can kind of look the other way with her too, bro. To be honest, I don't really give a shit.
No, she got away with some fucking crazy shit too, bro. Like her and Jared Kushner, bro, they're into a lot of money laundering. That's how they were able to like keep making their money while Donald Trump was president. Because when you become president, you can't make all that money. Like you can have your businesses, yeah, but there's a lot of things that you can't do when you're president, like that have a conflict of interest, And so what he does is he uses his kids to keep those businesses running, and he still has a lot of money and influence, and that's how he keeps his money, and they're mobsters pretty much, bro. That's all it is. And they're playing with America, bro. They're playing with the idea of America that like, oh yeah, we could have kings now again. Donald Trump's our new king, and that's what I don't like, because that's the anti-American shit right there. And people are thinking it's American. They're convinced that the anti-American shit is American, and it's like, it doesn't have nothing to do with the immigrants. It has a lot to do with leadership, I don't want a fucking football coach that abuses the kids. I want a football coach that motivates the kids to, what I'm saying? That's, to me, that's what Donald Trump is. He's abusing his power, bro. And that shit at the highest level too. It's like, it's dangerous.
You sound like Rachel Maddow, to be honest. That's my opinion.
I know who Rachel Maddow is, but I'm not a white lesbian woman, bro.
Like a fucking Rachel Maddow, Anderson Cooper crossbreed, bro. That's what you sound.
No, I just like to I like to convey myself that way. I'm understood. You know what I'm saying? Because I could say it in a ghetto ass way, but I would just sound hella ignorant. Like that old motherfucker's a fucking crazy ass bigot, bro, that wants to continue fucking white nationalism from the 1950s. But I don't like getting into all that.
I don't think he does, but it is what it is. They called the properties that, and that's just not.
I also believe though that people are brought up in cultures, bro, and some people take longer than others to get out the indoctrination that we're all humans and we all should just like let each other have our basic human rights, and then we'll be able to just go about our way, right? But no, people like him, disrupt the balance, bro. They come in there and be like, nah, these people ain't fucking worth a shit. And, we should just oppress them and keep oppressing them. And like, if you are a Christian, or if you do believe, what I'm saying, like some kind of good in the world, right? I wouldn't be for that. Like, I would be like, yeah, do get border patrol. But at the same time, like, don't kill these people. Don't fucking, or don't don't dehumanize them, just because of, what they believe in or who they are. And I think, because of how he grew up in the 1950s with a silver spoon in his mouth, seeing how black people were getting treated, never getting told no, you feel me? Never fucking having to worry about poverty like we do, or where's the next fucking check is gonna come, but let me continue. Hold on. It's the mentality, you know what I'm saying? So when people say, do you think Donald Trump's a racist and this and that? Knowingly, sometimes, yeah, because of how funny he is. I think he knows what he's saying is some of the stuff he does is like racist, but I think he just comes from a culture where he can't know any better, bro. It's the same thing. Like, I know people that come from where I come from that don't have shit, bro, and they're stuck in that mentality. Tim, I can't get them out of it. I'm like, bro, there's a fucking life outside this small town, right? Fuck all that, bro. I'm gonna chill right here. So
I know people that
you can equate that to a lot of mentalities, right?
People still stuck in there.
So at the end of the day, just like I always say towards the end of the video, hey, love each other, man, and don't fucking oppress people, especially if you're a Christian, bro. Oppressors get to go to the same hell as you think that those gay people are going to.
Yeah, but gay people are gonna go.
You're gonna be right there with them though, bro, because oppressors go to hell.
Because I didn't do gay shit.
Like how they say, follow the laws of the land. It also says in the Bible that's what a lot of people forget. It says in the Bible also that God's rule overrules the law of the land. So that means if your law of the land is like immigration, right? God's law supersedes that. So you're supposed to love those people and welcome the sojourner.
It's called
Me and my boy were
Zahler.
having a funny ass conversation the other day. I was telling him, I was like, you know what? I bet you Jesus came back hella times, like that Rick and Morty episode. Like he just keeps resurrecting because every time he comes back, like he's an immigrant trying to come into a country and they just keep killing him. So it's just like restart. Like, man, we're really that stupid. All like we could be killing the Jesus. Jesus could have probably tried to come back a few times, but they just keep, you have to keep resurrecting, bro.
You know, you probably took out the Antichrist too a couple times.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. But like, in this moment of time, though, it's just like people aren't thinking that. They use the Bible to just get what they want out of it more than just teaching true love and teaching what Jesus was like, really representing, man. If you are a Christian follower, you know what I'm saying? If you're a follower of Christianity, realize that that's what Jesus was, man. He was an immigrant. He wanted everybody to just chill, love each other. You know what I'm saying? Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Welcome the sojourner. Don't be an oppressor. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. But people participate in oppressing all day, and sometimes, most of the time, they do it unknowingly. Because I believe that everybody's born good until the world turns them bad.
Yeah, I do believe that too. I believe that you are a product of your environment, like Commander, like the dog Commander from fucking Biden's dog.
Yeah.
Retarded ass dog.
He goes, this motherfucker never walks me. He never walks me.
He fucking fights all the Secret Service. He's a fucking piece of shit dog. Just fucking environment, bro. I'll admit that because Jesus is the way, and he does. He would want us to come together in the end, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So I'm with that.
I think
bro.
we just get lost in the world sometimes, and it's like we start fucking realizing, like, damn, am I fucking, I had to realize that, bro. Like, I was being a fucking dehumanizer. I was being an oppressor. I was being a fucking a fucking manipulator of fucking of women. Nah, bro. That shit don't get you nowhere, bro. Just get you badass karma.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hate isn't. There's no room for hate.
Yeah, and as long as it's around, people can use it. People could use that shit, bro. Like big time.
There's a lot of hate out there too, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fucking hate, and it's sad. It's sad,
yeah.
bro. It's sad. Like I see it on Discord every day. Some of the most foulest shit you ever find, bro.
Yeah.
They be talking like, bro. Like a female comes in, like, bro. They be like, "Fuck you, bitch," and just attack.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Like motherless people, Like you don't got a mom, dude. Like
Right. Like who the fuck is these people, bro? Like these people, like bro. That's why I said I got on that shit. I said, bro, this world's fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah. It's the anti-intellectualism though, because like I said, bro, people will call me a liberal, and that's literally the opposite of what I am.
I just
literally
think you're free-minded, man. I think you do have a lot of liberal fucking views, but
no, liberal views though are this, bro. They
not being anything, bro. Like I hate being put in a box, anyways. Like,
if
you're not a liberal, bro, you're not a liberal, bro. I'm not a fucking liberal.
Yeah.
You are what you are, bro, and you don't have to be put in a box. That's why I feel like that box shit's bullshit. You should look at every fucking thing and look at it and be like, okay, yeah, some things are good on the left, some things are good on the right. They all suck. One thing. So like,
Yeah. So like I said, I'm not a big fucking like, Democrat, none of that shit. But it's like when I see both of them and what they have to offer, right? I'm like, yeah, the Democrats, they are kind of like snakish though, and some of their, they'll offer bills, but there'll be other things in those bills. But then I'll see what the Republicans are doing, and it's a bunch of radical ass shit. So I'm just like, fuck, which one do I go with, And my logical, critical thinking is telling me like, okay, we'll go with the Democrats for now. You could vote them out when they get there. We could wait to this Republican class that's currently in here, because the current Republican class is crazy, bro. They're fucking crazy. They think there's Jewish space lasers. They think the vaccine turns you into fucking Magneto and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You got millions of people that voted for you, and you got them believing in this shit, bro. And that's crazy.
You could go look it up. The New York fucking, or the Florida fucking health director even said all that shit. Like, active health director, bro, from Biden administration. I got my
Let me
shit.
see. Does
I got my
the
first strike because
COVID
he said that
vaccine
the DNA that the VV changes your DNA.
mag
That there's 10,000
net
different strains of DNA in it, and it turns you. It's demonic. He says it himself, dude. Look it up. Look it up, bro. I got fucking. I got
Yeah,
a
it's
strike.
originated from misinformation, the claim on
I
Google.
watched. I showed it. The fuck that. I showed all of it on
Yeah,
my
but
show
as
with
far
it.
as like that goes though, all I'm saying is like, you know, even if it whether something like that, you know, if that was just an outrageous claim, bro, you know, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, it's the integrity of leadership, bro. Like let's trust the fucking science. If you don't want to take the vaccine, good, don't take it. But don't expect to be like a doctor working around my sick ass grandma. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a responsibility, right? Like if you want to be a
You do
doctor,
know that like
you have
somebody
to,
who's
you know.
vaccinated can shed their shit
No,
onto
they can still spread it, but at the same time, they're less likely to catch it or die from it. So that means that's a
not
healthier
true.
person that's
That's
working
not
on
true. You're more like, dude, that is not true.
but
More
okay, let's
people
say
get
not the COVID vaccine then. Let's say not the COVID vaccine, right? There's flu
more
vaccines
people
that do.
intervene
There are flu vaccines that prevent you from getting the flu, right? And
because of
so
it.
like let's say that then, right? Or measles vaccines, you know what I'm saying? Like around elderly people, you want
That's when
somebody
I
that's
was
sick as fuck doing heart surgery on your mom, or somebody that's like potentially not like medicated like they should be to be doing the surgery, the highly fucking technical surgery that involves being super clean and super healthy to do, you know, and not shaky in the hands, not having a fever, not potentially contaminating the scene, you know, of the surgery. That's a responsibility that comes with that. Same with being an EMT. I don't want no sniffling ass fucking EMT showing up to my door when my grandpa that's like highly, you know what I'm saying, prone because you know he's in his golden years, right? Like I don't want no sick motherfucker. So I think it's like this, bro. If you want to work in something where you're taking care of sick people that are vulnerable, then you're gonna have to make sacrifices, just like the HIPAA agreement that you agreed to. If you want to be a police officer, you can't just fucking like, even though they be doing it, you can't just do drugs all the fucking time, bro. You can't be fucking breaking the law constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be doing that shit. You can't like be thinking recklessly. You have to make responsible choices, you know? Those are jobs that require that type of like, you know, that type of sacrifice. But now if you want to work at Walmart and you don't want to take the fucking vaccine, you could fight for that. Yeah. You could do that. But it's just a social responsibility kind of, bro. Like as far as like, you know, washing your hands when you work at Burger King. Not all of them do it, but I'm pretty sure most of them in their conscious mind, I would like to believe, wash their hands before they come back to like making burgers after they use the restroom, because they wouldn't want to go get no fucking burger like that going to somewhere, right? So they keep this in their head, and that's where humans kind of connect, like on a social thing. Hey, we might not agree on the same thing, but we could agree. Let's wash our fucking hands before we go back and start making these burgers all day,
Yeah,
right?
but that's not something that the
Like,
government needed to lock the world down.
yeah, but it's kind of like it's like that, but even, you know, even more technical. You don't have to take the vaccine, but if you're a
It's
fucking doctor
stupid.
or you're like if you're in the fucking military and you guys are in a war zone, right? And you know that there's this disease back home that literally killed
There's not.
1.1 million people, then you guys are gonna be like, hey, we all gotta stay alive, bro. We don't know what the fuck's going on back home, but we're in Iraq right now. They keep bombing our base. Maybe we should all get this shit
You do
before, you
know
know what I'm
all
saying?
those numbers aren't right, right? You do know that, right? You do know
No,
that's
that's
why Biden. You do know why that's why Biden fucking pardoned Fauci, right? You do know
no,
that.
no. The final numbers. Hey, Tim, the final numbers have came out though. The final
No,
numbers
they
have came out. The
haven't.
numbers
There's
on
never going to
CNN
be a
were
final
much
number.
higher. You're right though, but the
There will
numbers on
never
CNN
be
were
a
much
final
higher. They were pumping their numbers up. They were up at like
There will never be a final
1.8 million. But
because it was
at the end of the day, it was about like 649 to 1.11 or 1.1 million people affected by the COVID virus. You know,
I don't believe a goddamn number because it was
so
all
I don't know.
fake. It was
That's
all
the
fake.
American. That's the American Health Institute and the American Council too. So that's
Yeah,
all of
but
them
they're all
saying that.
bullshit. It's all fake. It's fake.
I don't know, man. Hospitals keep pretty good records, bro. They got all our birth
Not
certificates.
real,
No,
bro.
JK.
Yeah, but dude, there's people that got motorcycle accidents that got labeled as fucking COVID victims because they fucking straight up fucking dude.
Yeah.
No,
I just think it's like this.
Right?
I think it's like this though. Like the guy across the street, right? The guy across the street, right? He died from COVID, but he was older. He died from COVID and he was older, right? The guy that used to live across the street, nice guy. And but you know, he also had like, you know, chest heart issues. He had something going on with I forgot what he was explaining it to us one day. You know,
Well,
the
that's
old guy
what
talks to us a lot.
bro.
But the ambulance took him. He never came back. But
They were going after.
they could count that as a COVID death, or they could count it as a heart attack death. So it's kind of like, how do you get these statistics now? Like if this guy, what did he actually die from, right? So now you have to decide. You have to decide, like, hey, did the flu cause complications? Because you can say the same thing about a flu. Like my grandma right now, like, she's in the hospital and she just had a breathing tube in her lung. They took it out and she had pneumonia. And because she has a pacemaker and only one lung, she was having fucking complications and shit like that. So is it the ammonia that killed her, or was it her underlying conditions, or was it both? So how do you so now what box is that going in? That's the math I'm talking about. So you might be onto something when you're saying that your numbers or the numbers are wrong. You're onto something for sure, because I know that they put out, fake numbers, woo woo. But when it comes to the American Council, they have a few solid numbers of the past 4 or 5 years of, like, who died from it. And then they even have the comparisons of, like, since a little bit over the quarter, I don't know, 60-something% of the population got vaccinated. Since that's happened, the deaths have went down from it, but also you could equate that to immunities, you know what I'm saying? So when all those numbers finally come out after 5 years, I would like to believe that at least those last numbers that came out are solid. Like, maybe 100,000 off at the most.
I don't believe shit, but we can agree.
But it's just really hard to count something like that though, right? Like, what do you blame it on? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have a heart attack and I have COVID at the same time, right? And they couldn't save me, but the COVID kind of prevented it because I couldn't breathe, etc. Right? Which one did I die from? But we're not talking about what happened in 22. We won't get in trouble for that. We're talking about
I'm saying that there's no common sense in any of it, because if you have a heart attack, you have a heart attack. COVID is like, bro, that shit didn't even like it.
Well, yeah, but like, you've seen people
about something that's not
that report like deaths, right?
The conversation, because it's not real.
I'm just saying, like, you see people that like report deaths, right? And it's like, oh, he had something going on with this, but he died due to complications with this that was going on at the same time. What I'm saying is, like, okay, so like, what do you equate then? What really,
But that was targeted for that reason, because there's Bill Gates was doing he likes population control.
And plus, like, the China versus America shit around that time was really tense. So, like, it made people scared too at the same time. Like, damn, what if China really did make some shit the fucking come fucking like, what the fuck is this? So,
I just wanted to Marley, I'm gonna got you. Tomorrow night, I'll be back on at a normal time. I was a little busy tonight, man.
Yeah,
I got tired. So
yeah, man. Always good talking to you, Tim, bro.
Yeah,
fucking
love you, man. But love you, bro. Candy, we love you. Thanks,
Caddy. My bad, I couldn't see you, Caddy. My tablet died.
We'll have some good shit popping off tomorrow for sure. I'll be on earlier, and we'll have a way better panel and more shit popping. Like,
hell yeah.
I don't know if you have time. It's whenever. When are you usually free?
Who, me? Oh yeah. Me. Look, I work in the morning. Like, I take my son to school or whatever, and then I'll try to go work like with my neighbor next door and shit. He puts me on my jobs, and then other than that, I'm free most of the time, bro. I just be checking in on you on YouTube. I still gotta look up your name on the Discord. I'm gonna put your name on the Discord and go find you.
Don't forget me, bro.
No, I'm not, bro. I'm not.
You'll like it, bro. You'll like it. It'll be cool. We like to vibe out. You like?
Hell yeah. No, that's what I do, bro. That's what I do. I love to vibe out too, bro. I don't like to fucking, stress too much about shit. I like to get to the fucking common denominator. About I'm an intellectual, bro. I'm an intellectual. That's what I say. I listen to Deltron, bro. You already know.
That's what I said.
I'm an intellectual, dude.
cool, bro. That's what I said, bro. When I saw your name, I always said that's gonna be the homie right there. I knew it right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
'Cause,
it don't even matter, bro. It's all love, bro. It's all love.
hey
bro.
man, you know what I'm saying? Presidents ain't forever, but Wu-Tang is, bro. Wu-Tang is forever. President.
Damn
You know what I'm
right. Hey, in our time we're gonna be forever too, baby.
Wu-Tang! Wu-Tang!
Wu-Tang, baby. Hey, love you, bro, man. You have a good
Love you,
night.
bro. Hit you. Yeah.
See you, Candy.
All right, good night, everybody. Hey, everybody, love each other, y'all. All right,
Thank you,
peace.
man. It was a good conversation today, brother.
Yeah, off top, brother. All right,
Stay blessed, bro. One.
You too, bro. Stay blessed. Hang up on. I'm trying to. Oh, there it goes.
I gotta end the stream before I leave the studio. Peace, y'all. Love you, Candy.